Hello, everybody, and welcome to Save or Die Outcasts. All right, party, you're gonna go to the swamp, not to the swamp, to the swamp, to the old tomb. And you're gonna do some stuff for a little while.
I'm going to the tomb. Is everyone coming with me to the tomb? I mean, it's not.
Are you splitting the party?
Well, it's not a big tomb. I'm not sure. Are we bringing the whole?
We going back to the tomb?
We were bringing
splitting the party.
No,
again?
we're not splitting the party. We were bringing everyone because I'm going to train the guards while we're there.
Okay.
I'm going to get my armor resized in Swampside while we're there, and then I'll come back and grab it. Everybody's going. We're all together.
I would also like to spend some time adventuring lightly in the swamp with the guys to teach them my swamp survival skills, maybe make a little bit of money. No, we're going to be staying near the place. We're just adventuring around.
Okay, but ground rules, like none of the hanger-on people are coming in the super secret room at the back of the tomb.
They're going to be learning outside.
Yes, okay. Just as long as we're understood on that. Fine. If they've all got nothing better to do for the next month than wait on me, that's fine for them. But I'm not making them do that. Okay, I'm letting want that to be known.
We're training. We're working alongside you while we protect you.
Yeah, no, you guys have got really important stuff that you're doing up there. Well, I just do my stuff down here. Yeah, no,
you sound really sarcastic and like you're not respecting the party right now.
Such a dummy,
Arrakis. So I kind of need you to take that back down from like an 11 to like a 4. Okay, we need you to come back down.
You're right. Okay, sorry, I'm getting
training an army here.
I'm getting a little
These are
bit.
going to be my generals, and they got to train people in the future. I can't be training fucking everyone, you know.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm just getting a little bit kooky, trapped down there for days on end. I'm gonna. I thought I'd imagine this whole thing like you guys all coming here, but.
No, you're a little kooky from the get-go. Let's be frank here, Arrakis. Okay.
I'm an astrological traveler, my friend. The planes, you wouldn't understand. And
astrological? What are you? What do you read the star signs?
I turned back down into the tomb. Oh, what do they know? Okay, yeah. So I'm learning spells now.
Libra rising, unbelievable.
I train my future army, Koibu.
You train your future army.
Sweet.
Renatus and I will go on little swamp fucking adventures with this army around the fucking tomb.
Close enough to the rest of the party that one might not call it an adventure, because if it's an adventure, there's encounter checks, and then there's essentially party splitting, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
I kind of wouldn't mind, like,
you want to save this and say we did it?
Too?
And
Koibu, my character is doing the thing that doesn't split the party, whatever that one is.
Yes, growl! 1,000 experience points.
What the
I was gonna ask, is there a way we can, like, if we ever need to do a session of Outcasts, right? Like, let's say Nick can't come. Can me and Potato have done a little bit of adventuring with these guys in the past and, like, just go and do that? Or
Sure, if you want, but it's going to be fucking boring because we know that you don't get into any serious danger or troubles. Otherwise, you would have mentioned it to the rest of the party. It'll be like plot armor, safe
on
mode
rails,
with
you
no
know?
real consequences.
I don't want to split the party and do this for 2 hours and make them wait. So
Yeah, so we're gonna say that nobody travels too far from everyone else, and if there's gonna be an encounter, everyone's close enough so that we can just sort of pass some time fairly fruitlessly. You know, no experience gained, no real dangers encountered, but you practice, you train, you investigate the swamp, teach people about swamp stuff, you know.
It's like that one fucking scene in Better Call Saul where there's like a really dramatic standoff and it's 6 characters and 5 of them take place in Breaking Bad and one of them doesn't. You're like, I wonder who's gonna die.
I wonder who's gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the montage, right, where Rocky is training, or you know, it's a montage scene here. It's fine.
They're learning stuff. It's just, you know, they're not getting levels.
Stuff. Yeah. You're also buying your banded mail, right?
That's right.
That's right. There's a lot of stuff going on here. So get the cost for your banded mail. Now, since you have the armor, but it needs to be resized, there's a 25% fee of the initial cost to resize it because it's a lot of work. And you have to be there for it initially. So we'll say you get it started before you leave Swampside, and then you'll have to come back to pick it up.
Oh, yeah.
And let's just pay those costs right now. Banded mail. It's in the book. 50 GP. So 500 silver out of the party.
I'm taking it off the horde.
Excellent, because we are communists here. We believe in communal living.
How much is in the
Yes,
hoard,
we
guys?
That is what communism means.
1,617 silver.
Yes.
Sell a few of these
Excellent.
magic popotions, we're rich. You didn't have to sell them all. Well, he sold 2.
Oh, I forgot you guys want to sell the potions.
So, Arrakis, you have
Yes.
spells to learn, right?
I do.
What do you want to learn? Let's just do it.
I lock myself away in the most secret of secret rooms. And I had 2 goals, Neil. I would like to learn some spells, and I would also like to bring with me the equipment that I might need to try and recalibrate the mirror.
Good.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a scale and some extra sand, perhaps. Yeah, and I'm going to try and any downtime that I'm not studying spells, like if I need a break, I'm going to spend it trying to recalibrate the mirror.
Great. Give me an intelligence check.
Yes, sir. Would you like a wisdom check as well?
Nope.
Okay. 24?
Yeah. You can recalibrate the mirror. It just needs to be sat at the right height and at the right angle so that it kind of cuts through a plane in the exact right way. And previously, when you set it down, it might have just been off by a half a degree or a degree. But if you spend, 6 or 7 hours doing this, you're definitely going to find.
Wait, so it's not about the amount of sand?
No, it's not about. Well, it's about being at the right height in the right place in this little divot down in here. It doesn't actually matter how much sand is beneath it. It matters the elevation of the mirror to this particular place, and it has to be just so level at just so this height, so that the reflection with a 24 you're not entirely certain what it is, but like just right here it'll work. And if you raise it 1/8 of an inch, it no longer functions, and if you lower it 1/8 of an inch, it no longer functions.
One quick follow-up on that and tell me if this is branching too far ahead of a 24 roll. Like if the space in space that the mirror was slightly different, but the angle was adjusted to account for it, do I feel like that would work? Or does it have to be the mirror is in the exact place and at the exact angle? Or is it more just it needs to kind of like reflect at a certain point, so if you move it 1 inch up, maybe you have to adjust the angle by a few degrees or something?
Your understanding of it is it sits in a fixed place. If you move it up, it won't work, and if you tilt its angle but move it to the side, it doesn't seem to work.
Okay.
However, you only rolled a 24. Maybe if you get to come back here after another level and roll a higher intelligence check, maybe you'll learn more.
Yeah, well, I'm going to learn all these spells right now, so I won't have reason to come back next level.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I'm going to start with one level 2 spell that's in here that I've failed about 4 times now, which is Wall of Gloom.
This is a good spell, right?
This is a good spell, yeah. It's a good combat spell at level 2.
You're going low?
I'm just doing low on all of these. So it's 80%, so I just need 80 or less for Wall of Gloom. That's a pass.
Good.
That's a pass right there.
Excellent.
You keeping track, Neil, while I go through the list?
Yep.
Okay. So looking at the rest of the spells in the Shadow Tomb here at level 3, there is Create Darkness, which is a good one that I will roll for. Passing that. There is both Lorvaleem's Creeping Shadow and Non-Detection, which are both good, but both require extremely expensive components. 300 gold per casting for Non-Detection, 1,000 gold per casting for Creeping Shadow, which make them pointless, essentially. So I'm going to ignore them. Phantom Steed is next. This is a really good one. Passed that one. Next is Shadow Blink. Okay, fail that. That's a shame. That's a good one. Spirit Armor. And I guess I will just learn Wraith Form as well, since I didn't get Shadow Blink. Alright, so failed Shadow Blink, but passed everything else.
You got the better one.
Wait, and one more, which is the non-shadow spell.
You failed Shadow Blink, you got Spirit Armor, and what was the last one?
Wraith Form.
Wraith Form.
Thank you.
And I will then pull out Thalius's spellbook. And the last spell that I have, that I'm able to read in there before the gibberish starts, is Dispel Magic, which is not a shadow spell, so my chance is lower. But I'll attempt Dispel Magic as well.
Like a 50?
What's your
Or is
chance?
it
50%. Which I fail.
Oof.
Okay. That's good. That's pretty successful, I'd say. I mean, I failed too, but I got some good ones.
Not bad.
Yes, we'll see these in effect. Shall I add these, Neil, to my spell list, or will you? I think I can manage it.
You can do it. That'd be great.
What weight is banded mail? It is not on your economic sheet.
No, it's on the old book. Banded mail is 35 pounds.
Perfect. Less weight.
Yes, and its AC modifier I think was
6.
6? That sounds right.
Ren, would you like this chainmail that I have?
I take a moment and I investigate it. And how will this affect my thieving skills?
Strongly.
So let me see if I can.
40 pounds, AC 5, but I think it gives you negatives on like stealth checks and shit.
My current AC is what?
Your current AC is 14, 3 of it from armor, 1 of it from high dex. That's when you're wearing leather. If you were to switch into like chainmail, it would give you 5 from armor instead of 3 from armor. So +2 to your AC, but you can see your thief skills get fucking tanked. Now, granted, you might not be wearing chainmail when you pick pockets, right? So you might take off the chainmail and walk around in no armor to pick pockets.
You could just always take it off. It's very easy to take off chainmail if you need to like pick a lock or
Okay, what's the takeoff time in chainmail?
a round, right?
I think it's a round.
Yeah,
One
it's just like a
round.
minute.
I must
Let
have
me
put
double
on.
check, but I think it's a round or 2.
Hold on, let me pull up my
Just a
notes
minute.
so I can kind of.
Yeah.
I know this
Yeah.
seems like a very small thing, but it's actually it might have an impact on my character and how I want to play him. I may just stick to leather, just because I like the thief aesthetic. But to explain my thinking process here, one thing I was thinking before this episode was to pick one of the camp followers, Rudy, Melvin. I think Stacy is your one, right?
Yeah. If you don't take this, I may give it to my squire.
That's what I was going to do. Is I was going to say, well, we could use it to train the followers in wearing heavy armor, right? Have them wear it, run up and down hills, all that sort of stuff. That was going to be my suggestion. So it would be how much AC? I would go from 13 to
15.
15, so it would be +2 AC, so enemies would effectively have a 10% less chance to hit me. I don't get hit that much. It would significantly lower my skills, and it would I think it would aesthetically make my character weaker. Plus, I think it's really heavy, and my character has a very low strength right now, and he's already struggling to carry. I would be lightly encumbered just wearing chainmail. Mm-hmm. I think Renatus is too frail for... So, sorry, I've done the thinking through the process. So back to the thing. Hey, Renatus, you want this armor? I say, no, August. Unfortunately, it would be too much of a burden for me to wear armor of such weight. And I kind of take my arm and I'm kind of squeezing it and doing this. And unfortunately, my body fails me. And
It's all right.
Be best used to train some of the followers, perhaps Stacy, Melvin, or Rudy. Could practice wearing it and training in it.
Yeah, I will then give the armor to Stacy, who I'm adding to her character sheet. 40 pounds, 1, boom. Stacy now has armor. And it was so.
It was so.
While we are sort of doing adventurous stuff in the swamp, I would like at some point, doesn't have to be right now, to have a conversation with Melvin. Because if I remember correctly, Melvin, I have notes on Melvin. They follow an Adidas, and they're motivated by money, and they're 17. I don't remember what else about them. And I would like to get to know them and chat to them, and maybe see if I could figure out if there's a way I could develop a relationship with Melvin with a view of developing them into a good side character.
Yeah. Melvin.
That's kind of like the
5'7", 123 pound, human female, 17 years old, right-handed, follower of Nadinus. And what is this personality trait? I don't know this word. Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, Melvin's
Motivated
great.
by money is what you told me before. So I don't know if you just
That's
saw
exactly
something
it.
secret. Okay.
Nope, I just did not remember the definition of avaricious.
Ooh, avarice. Now avaricious is a very beautiful word, isn't it? Because like, if you just call, you're greedy, right? That just seems lame. Whereas like, if I'm trying to take
Avaricious.
somebody down, right? Like, let's say, hypothetically, like Pichal, he stiffs me on the bill for a restaurant, and he's like, "No, fuck you, I'm not giving you the money."
Again?
If I would just go like, "Oh, Pichal, he's greedy," but if I said he's avaricious, that feels like so much more of a takedown of someone's personality. You know what I mean? Fucking avarice. Yeah. So I would like to have a chat with them at some point in this.
Yeah, let's chat with him.
Okay, cool. Give me what's the scenario? What are we doing when this chat unfolds?
Melvin, she is setting up the campfire. She's brought all of the things back, found some wood. She's out there with a knife and a small hammer. Not a small hammer, just another piece of wood, and she's splitting logs, dry logs, in order to prepare tonight's campfire. Just doing wood gathering and chopping.
Sure. I approach Melvin.
Hello.
I say, Melvin, good day. How goes setting up camp?
Oh, you know, camp is camp. Chopping the firewood, gathering the tinder.
Good work. You've been with us for quite some time, haven't you, Melvin? I think a couple months now.
Yeah.
How have you been finding your employment?
Well, it's been pretty good. You know, I get to see the world. There's a lot of walking, a lot of traveling, a lot of picking up sticks, but people are, no one's been rude or mean. Things are kind of nice. Decent pay, could be better. I don't know. It's what I expected when I signed up. Pretty nondescript camp following.
Are you
tool
interested in
building.
earning more money, Melvin?
Of course.
Well, you know, there is a path to that if you would like. I mean, it takes some work, and you'll have to put the hours in. But if you were
Sets
to
down her tools.
if you were to, I don't know, train or develop a talent that would elevate you from being a laborer in our caravan, you know, you could be a fully entitled adventurer. Perhaps get a share of the loot. I mean, that 5,000 gold we got. There's 4 of us who have a claim
silver.
to it. Oh yeah, 5,000 silver. Sorry. I mean, technically, you would have a share in that if you were better skilled.
Well, sort of skills are you looking for? Because I'm not really excited to, walk into a tomb and fight a mummy with a sword. That sounds terrible. But
What do you think you're good at?
I mean,
What do you think you could do to help us out?
God, Melvin just rolled killer stats.
Nice.
Like
Amazing.
unfairly killer stats.
What are they?
Yeah. 13, 15, 13, 11, 8, 12, 8 on 3d6. So 15
Not bad.
dex.
Yeah.
Yeah. 13 strength, 13 con.
Okay, so a decent
You know,
thief.
I kind of think what you're up to is pretty interesting. Big talking, lots of socializing, making friends, and then, making money while you're making friends.
Interesting. Are you looking to take my position?
I don't want to take it from you.
Okay,
but
fair.
I could learn from you.
I
You
give
could use
Melvin a wink and
assistance,
I
I'm
just
sure.
say, I'm joking with you, but you'd like to learn what I do.
Yeah, why not?
Well, sure thing. I could teach you some of the things I know. What would you like to learn first? And I'll kind of like wait. I'll kind of pull back. I guess I'm wearing a cloak, and I'll like pull it back and like show my money pouch, and I'll I'll peel my hand back and say, like, would you like to learn how to take this from me without me noticing?
Yes.
All right. I take out my my special Grau rat pouch that he made me. I forget what it was called. It was like a rat. He made me like a rat money pouch out of a rat.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And
he was going through a taxidermy phase.
That's right. I put a gold coin in it. And I put it on Melvin. I tie it around their waist. And I say, I'm going to take this from you today. And after I take it from you, you're going to learn how I did it. And so when I put it on her, like literally that second, I try to take it from her. So you want a pickpocketing check?
I do, yeah.
Okay, boom. Oh my god, I critically failed.
Yep.
I rolled 100.
Melvin immediately catches your hand as you place it. You know, you tie it on and then immediately try and take it off. And she just goes, whop, and grabs your hand. He goes, I got you.
And all faith was lost.
And I will... Renatus was not expecting this, because usually in this kind of thing, in the sleight of hand kind of situation, people aren't expecting you to immediately try to take it, right? I was like, oh my... And I kind of take a small step back, and I've gained a little bit of respect from Melvin for being, A, very fast, and a little bit more clever than I was expecting. Very fast and very clever. And I say, well done, Melvin. That gold coin is yours, but please give me back the money pouch.
Well, it's mine. I learned from you. Pouch is mine. Gold coin is mine.
Well done. All right. If you don't want to give it back, I'll have to take it off you again later. You want
Melvin gives you like a wry, excited smile.
Because it's a game. Right. Do you want me to roll another pickpocket check for later in the day, or have I just failed?
No, you can do another one for later in the day.
Oh my god, Melvin's the god. Just no possibility to get this. And I'm like, oh, now Renatus is a little bit frustrated at this point.
3% chance detection per level? Because if we're getting Melvin to be a level 1 rogue right here, then Melvin not only do you fail, but Melvin catches you again.
Melvin caught me again, yeah.
This is like the exact opposite of the trap detection last week.
Yeah.
Right?
So strange.
This was meant to be like a 2-minute... Okay, and I say, okay, Melvin, okay, fair enough. You caught me twice. I know not to pickpocket you ever again. I say, I give Melvin 2 gold coins, or I hold them out and I say, if you give me back the wrap money pouch, you can have these coins.
Okay. She'll give you back the money pouch. She'll take the coins. She's up to 3 gold coins.
Yeah, perfect. And then I tie the wrap money pouch around my waist again, and I put a gold coin in it. And I say, every time you can take this from me without me noticing, you get to keep the coin inside.
That's cool.
Okay.
You've got to learn to pickpocket. And at some point in the future, I'm also going to talk to the party, and we're going to, like, sometimes I'll put it on August, so she has to get it off August without August noticing. And so it's just going to be like a little game for her to train her pickpocketing skills.
Great. What other skills would you like Melvin to train? Or would you like to be training Melvin during this time?
I think the other one is... I think Melvin is illiterate, right?
Totally illiterate.
Okay, so I think pickpockets and I think probably move silently and hide in shadows. Those are going to be the 3 that I kind of recommend Melvin to focus on.
Okay.
Being a thief.
Done. Melvin will start skilling those things.
Perfect.
All right.
What
about you, Grau?
Oh, okay. Sorry. No, that's okay.
You said you were doing whatever doesn't split the party, which is always the right answer in all campaigns for all time.
That's right.
But what particular things, if any, do you want to spend this time doing?
I think Grau's definitely feeling... Where are we hanging out?
You're hanging out down here. If we all go to the map, you are in this spot way down here where the end of this line is. This is where the tomb of Sigris Shadowhand is, and you're hanging out near that tomb.
Holy, that was loud. Okay. I mean, like, I think Grau's definitely more civilization pilled right now. Me when I start watching PotatoMcWhiskey videos. He while still in tune with Nadinas, and I think he's actually praying to her every night. He also he's got this new ability of like staying in gnome form when he's asleep, right?
Yep.
So I think a lot of time has been spent communicating this to the party, talking about what this could mean, right? And for him, he's thinking a lot about, like, he's kind of on this train of like, am I a fucking gnome? Is this who I am?
I think when you mention this to Arrakis, I'd invite you to come back and look in the mirror again, now that I've got it working, and see if you look any different.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I think we do that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your monologue.
No,
Sorry.
no, that sounds good. No, that sounds good. That sounds like a fun activity. I think we will go and do that, huh?
Yeah. So last time we saw what kind of looked like a werebear, half humanoid, half bear. I'm intrigued to see if anything has changed now. Is he more gnome than human now, maybe, or something?
Well, you head back down into the tomb of Sigris Shadowhand. You go all the way back to the secret door that needs to be pushed by 3 strong men.
Yeah.
You slide it open. Someone brings a light of some kind.
I
you head
cast
down
Moon
into
Glow.
the... Excellent. You head down into that divoted area, and you go over to stand beside the
Mirror.
bring us to the map. Mirror, yeah. But there's no more giant monster here.
Not this time.
Not this time. You can all see this, right?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Not that you're all here, I think. But... And in what form are you when you take a look in here?
I'll be gnome.
Okay. Well, you stand over the mirror, sand mirror, and you look down in your gnome form, and the reflection that comes back at you is of a man bear with, humanoid arms and limbs, but sort of claws and weird patches of fur, like blackish, whitish, mottled skin all over the place. These like fangs that, these big fangs that dip out of your more humanoid shaped mouth, but with some sort of bear fang or bear tusk, or like maybe boar tusk looking things that are just, they're not quite fangs, they're not quite tusks, they come out at a weird angle. Their eyes are discolored. There's, weird
Same kind
patches.
of thing as last time?
Same sort of thing as last time. But it doesn't look like a gnome at all.
But is it the same? Does it feel like it's progressed in any direction, or is it more or less the same?
I don't think we spent a lot of time examining it last time, but you would pretty much immediately get the nothing has changed vibe. But why don't you give me a very careful consideration of all of your features here, Grau? Give me a perception check.
I will give you just that.
I'm under the impression that last time you were here, you saw some horrors and looked away quickly, and that this time you're actually really looking.
Oh, he's looking.
Oh, with a 31,
I'm looking.
you can examine all the details. Your eyes are if you look at the iris of a bear's eye, it doesn't look at all like the iris of a human's eye. And this is no different. You've got this. Bear eyes tend to be sort of one big, lovely, warm color all the way through, while human eyes have this like up and down, these wavy factions to them, these almost galaxy-looking traits. While bear's eyes are they're a little bit smoother. They still have like some raised bits near the middle. And this looks sort of like that bear eye, that sort of raised bit near the middle, and then sort of a softer coloring around it. But the very edges of the bear's eyes don't go from like that brown to that black ring to the white. It looks more like the iris of a bear, and then on top of a human eye. Now that you're really looking at it, like it's bear in the center and human or gnome or orc or whatever on the outside. And the fur, now that you're looking at this, some sections of you are very clearly bear fur, that like nice thick type of fur where you've got like different, your short hairs, your medium hairs, and your long hairs that all layer on top of each other to give you excellent insulation. Some areas definitely resemble that, but as you take the time to like turn your hand over here and there, like maybe part your hair if you can in the mirror, you'll see that some of these areas look to be bear fur, and some of these areas look to be like on your chest is a little bit more like human hair-ish. Sort of those just like long singular hairs that pop off your chest. And on your hand, your arm, it actually looks a little bit like this very gentle, downy fur hair that gnomes have. Gnomes look pretty hairless, but if you get really, really close to them, they've got little tiny, tiny, tiny soft hairs all over them. And your head, the top of your head, it's got this patchy bear fur all over. But if you really take your time with the 31 and part through it, you'll see that there's clearly this multi-length thick bear coat, and then like right next to it is going to be these patches of really wiry, thicker, and less, like each strand is thicker, but there's fewer strands that resembles a lot more like orcish hair, like the hair that would come off your head when you're in orc form. And the patchy skin, it is this black and white that you might see on a bear, but there's also underneath your armpits these like deeper colors that aren't black or white. They're not quite gray. They've got like a tinge of orange or a tinge of green, or it's just a little bit hard to see in the moonlight here in this area. Your color is a little bit off.
While this is happening, I will try and take a rudimentary sketch of the impression in the mirror for comparison purposes.
You can't quite see it yourself. The mirror is such that in order to see your reflection, you have to be directly over it, looking straight down. And so and the mirror is slightly curved, so anyone on the side looking at it isn't going to see it. This is a one person.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Do I observe myself any different in the mirror?
Nope.
One last thing before we move on. I will just check Thalias's spellbook through the mirror and see if it helps with the cipher or anything, the secret pages.
Nope. Although when you look in the mirror, it does reflect things, so the letters are backwards.
That doesn't open up any new results, no? Yeah, okay, cool, fine.
Does not.
Okay. Interesting. Also, last
Have you tried
time...
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna ask Grau. Have you tried looking in the mirror in your bear form?
Neil, I changed forms. Do I look any different?
Same thing.
Okay.
We talked about me and Arrakis making some darkness stones.
That's right.
Last time, right?
Yeah.
Darkness or light, yeah.
How does that go, Neil?
That is something that I wanted to talk about after. That was gonna be the last thing before we get into our adventure. So if you don't mind, I'm just gonna put a slight delay on that.
Yeah. Okay, we'll snooze on that. Okay. Yeah. So we got. Okay, so I'm looking at the thing. I'm gnome pilled now, so I'm walking around in gnome a lot. I'm actually able to, hang out with people, sleep in common rooms because I can stay in gnome form. I'm hanging out in town a lot. Is there any Nadinus clerics in town? Because previously, Grau would go to, the forest to prey on his own in nature. And maybe he's trying to, because he's got the little amulet with the symbol of Nadinus with him. Maybe he's becoming a little bit more,
Let me just roll some dice. When you're in town in Swampside, before we head out here, let's see. Just need to pull up my Swampside notes. In Swampside, there are 0 clerics left. Wow.
Unlucky.
You rolled really badly. There are no more clerics residing in Swampside. The last one died of natural causes earlier this year, and none have replaced them. That's a terrible.
Unfortunate. Well, in that case, Grau's doing all his praying in the forest. Because the bear does pray in the woods. And I mean, that's pretty much everything that Grau's. He's a lot more. His general demeanor seems a lot more chill, a lot more calm than it used to be. Before this all went down, we were kind of He was extremely, down all the time. He wasn't feeling himself. He was staring into his tea and not really. But he's been picking back up. He felt like he's made progress, and more importantly, felt like he, it's okay for him to fail and fall down and get hurt sometimes because he's got people around him to pick him up. So he seems a little bit more content. Maybe he's doing a little bit more taxidermy on the side. He's making some. He's finding like stuff in the forest, and then instead of ravagely eating it like a bear, he's using his nose to find it and then bring it back into town and then make something artful out of it.
Oh,
yeah.
This is a big improvement or advancement.
So wherever we hang out at our encampment or whatever, there's just a bunch of little experiments hanging from the wall. Some stuffed birds and weird shapes, and maybe he's like sticking like wings onto rats and all just trying himself out. He's not really found a direction or a style yet, he's just that's pretty much how he's spending his time. And then I imagine him and Arrakis are getting up to trying out all his new spells, and he's learning more about magics and all that.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I mean, I help him learn how to at least cast the reversal of continual light and how to make a light stone, and help him just understand his spell list in general. I just think that like a druid is like he's missing a lot of context that a cleric or a wizard would have it by the time they get 3rd level spells. In terms of just how spells work and things like that. So I help him with that.
Well, it sounds like the months pass pretty easily, and we go into the new year, into 1524. Winter is now here.
Hey, how many months is this? 2 months? 1 month?
You leave town in November. I think it takes like 2 weeks to get here. It's something like 160 miles or something like that to get. No, it's like 224 miles to get here, because you got to go from Swampside. So it's 110 plus, what is that? The image is loading, 90.
So it's like a month of travel and a month of rest.
Yeah, divided by about 20 miles a day. So it's about 13 days from Swampside to Sigris's tomb and 13 days back. So a month of travel, maybe 3 weeks there. Yeah.
While we're in Swampside, is there some sort of rudimentary jeweler in Swampside? or like someone who'd make an amulet.
There are jewelry makers. Are you looking for someone to cut a gem or someone to make jewelry?
Make jewelry.
Oh yeah, totally, 100%.
I want to make an amulet, like a bit like a cleric's amulet, but I want it to be a sun, so the symbol of Illumis and Relkor, and have one side of it gold and one side of it obsidian.
Love it. Absolutely. Can get made. How fancy do you want this? Like, you can choose how much money you want to spend. You could like get it made of wood and have it painted and have it cost a few silver.
No.
Or you could make it out of like nice metals that are
my upper limit is 10 gold.
Cool. 10 gold amulet.
Yeah, there we go.
Done.
You pay what you want.
That's it.
It doesn't matter.
Well, how good is it? Is it like got real gold in it?
For 10 gold, it must.
Well, for 10 gold, you can have the gold inside be a thin layer of gold that is melted over the entire amulet.
Absolutely.
And it can have like a backing of silver.
Yeah.
And then you wanted one side to be gold, one side to be black, was it?
Obsidian, yeah.
Son.
Obsidian?
So, Mike, once I...
It'll be a black enamel on the back.
That's fine, yeah.
Probably bronze as the main thing, melted gold on one side, black enamel on the back side that's been, polished down so that you can get like a gold black midsection where the gold meets the black on the sides all the way around. And then whatever shape you want, embossed into the tin. I'm sorry, into the bronze.
It's a sun. So when I receive this, I will wear it constantly, and every day I will flip it over. So one day it's Illumis, the next day it's Relkor, and back and forth.
Cool.
Great.
I'm gonna buy some armor polish and rags, I guess. I want Stacy to polish my armor every night and every morning. And I can have the other guys do it, Everyone takes their turn.
When I start seeing them polishing his armor, I'm like, what? Why are you polishing his armor?
He told us to.
Character building.
It's going to make him easier to see. You want your armor to be matte. You don't want it to shine and reflect. It's too easy to see you from far away. I kind of go over to them and I show them the proper way to do it, and then I confront August. I'm like, August, this isn't parade armor. This is battle armor. Why are you getting them to shine the armor?
It's kind of just what we did back at home. So that's kind of what I was thinking, It's builds character, gives them something to do, teaches them how to polish an armor. And I think it looks nice. If we're going to be traveling around, I think that we should start shrug. Maybe having polished armor is nice for acting like nobility.
And actually, Renatus, I came at you with energy there, right? I was like, why are you making them do this stupid task? And now I'm like, oh, actually, August.
You want me to be the pard? Like, we got to look at them.
You've got a good point there.
I do.
I think. No, genuinely. I thought you were just being, silly, but actually, the reason the phrase "knight in shining armor" exists is because there is an idea, and if we're to retake our kingdom, we need you to become that idea. So, I apologize for interfering in the armor shining. I will shine your armor myself today.
Well, thank you, Renatus. I should have him shine my weapons too, now that you bring it up.
Yeah. And Renatus has been cowed. He was like, what are you, shiny armor? What are we trying to look cool? No, this is armor.
Yeah.
But actually, yeah, we are. So Renatus has been cowed, and hopefully this is actually a good illustration of a time where the sort of parent-child relationship of Renatus and August it's beginning to close, where Renatus is starting to respect August's decisions as he becomes his own man. There will be times, though, that even when August makes sense, Renatus is going to be like, I'm the dad here, sort of a moment.
Oh, yeah.
They will come.
They will come.
Also, when I see Rakis's new amulet, I ask him, I say, yo, what up? Nice drip. I say,
Ren throws
Rakis,
up a gang sign.
That's a shiny new amulet you have there. Must have cost you coins. What is that on the front?
Arrakis.
Arrakis ignores me, and I walk away.
He's like, how do you
I'm
not
deep
know?
in thought. I'm deep
No,
in
you're
thought.
good. You're good.
Sorry, what was that, Ren?
Your amulet. What does it
Yes.
mean? Where did you get it?
It's I had it made in Swampside. It's it's to represent my endeavors. One side to the god of darkness, Relkor, and the other, I say, flipping it around, to Illumis, the god of light. You can't have shadow without both.
That's right. That's very wise of you to say. I didn't take you as a man of magic, as also a man of God, or gods. as it
You'd be
were.
surprised. The most of the successful wizards that I've read about have had close relationships with at least one of the gods. It seems it can be an avenue to greater access to power. But for now, it's just a passing interest. These weeks in this tomb have given me time to think and consider, and well, I could do with increasing my spiritual capabilities.
Renatus will narrow his eyes at Arrakis and say, I can't help but detect a certain element of cynicism here. The gods know when we're being sincere and not. What does darkness mean to you, Arrakis, and why did you choose that path? Or did the path choose you?
Confluence of factors. I'm not really sure what originally caught my eye when I first started studying, but I've always been fascinated by shadow magic since learning about it. Wasn't something that was talked about in the early days of my teachings. It only became apparent when I graduated after the first few years that this was even a school that existed.
Oh, fascinating. Kind of reminds me of the kid back in Vantis. He became obsessed with horses. He was fascinated by them, and he kept sneaking into the stables and wanting to spend time with them. And he was annoying the stable hands and being just a total pain. And eventually, someone had the bright idea of just, if he loves horses so much, why not make him a stable boy? I think it's the same idea, just something about it fascinated you. And I think that's a valid reason as any to choose that path, even if it kind of does make the hairs in the back of my neck stand up every time I see those shadows coming out of your hands.
Magic is just magic. It's all terrifying to the non-wizard, I'm sure. But at least you've got this magic on your side. The shadows aid you, Renatus, not work against you. That's something to be said for that.
For now.
Had you in the past on Ren said that you were I feel like you've told this story before about the boy going to the stable. Was it Renatus who was doing this or no?
It was.
Okay, because I was thinking that is odd where you're oh, well, if the boy loves horses, become a stable boy. And I bet that's maybe what Renatus wished would have happened. But because you're either the king or the king's brother, that could never happen.
Correct.
That is cool.
Yeah. This was a story about Renatus, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and that's kind of what you or Renatus might have wished that would have happened,
Yeah, Renatus quite likes animals. He's always been fascinated by animals. That's why he has a ferret. That's why he likes the dogs. In his downtime, he will pet the dogs and play with them, even though they're supposed to be hunting dogs. These hunting dogs that are supposed to be fighters, they have become more like lap
living the
dogs
life,
in
man.
time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we go to our break, I want to hand out experience for last week's session, plus the spell learning that we did here, because there's been a long period of downtime, and all that experience should have been totaled. So, Ren, most of your experience here comes from those skills that you used, the find and remove traps, and the loot that you gained. And that is $2,000 worth of experience. Now, those gems that you picked up, when you sell them, since they were stolen goods, you convert them into cash or trade them, you will realize their value as well.
Yes, I have them written down, violet gems and such.
What XP are you at? No?
I'm at 25,000. I think I level at 50 or
40.
30. Let me... 40, okay.
40.
Next up is Grau, who gains 2,700 experience. Most of that is story and spells.
hog. This puts me at 19,240.
August, most of your experience usually comes from fighting, and there was no fighting in that tomb. You avoided all the combat, so you get 500 experience. I'm so sorry.
Unlucky.
500 and something. I'll do that.
550 with your 10%. Yeah. And Arrakis, you cast a couple of spells, and then you just learned a bunch of spells right now.
Yeah.
And so for your spell learning in the last session and this session, which is where most of your experience comes from, you get 2,250.
Thank you very much.
Not bad.
All right. Last thing before we go to break. No, we'll do it when we come back. See you guys on the other side of a break.
Bye.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Save or Die Outcasts. So, our party is going to be met by a traveling merchant. Roll myself a little die over here.
Okay.
No, stop rolling sixes. 2, 1, 2 is MrMouton on my overlay. MrMouton, a traveling merchant, comes by selling maps of the area. They make maps, they travel around, they sell them. They offer you this map that you're looking at right now for 5 gold pieces.
The one on the screen.
The one on screen. The one that I've given you, and if you don't buy the map, I will take away from you.
Yes.
Do you buy it?
I'll buy the map.
How much do they want?
Excellent.
5 gold?
Do you have any
5 gold.
5 gold. Do you have any questions about the map as this person
Yeah, I got
hands
some
it to you?
questions.
Great.
I show it to my wizard and say, "Wizard, ask him the questions that you have."
Wow, this is quite a fine map, my friend. You, have you been doing this for a long time, I say to the map maker?
My whole family are map makers. That's what we do. We're cartographers. And my cousins make the maps. My family sells the maps. My nuclear family, although I don't know what a nuclear is. It's a word that we use anyway.
Yes.
And we sell them.
And this line here, I say, pointing at Falaror and then tracing it to Corriton. This is a road.
Oh, this black line right here that does this wobbly, wibbly thingy-majobber? That's a river.
Ah, I see.
You can see there are bridges that cross the river.
I understand.
from place
I would
to
have thought
place.
an experienced map maker such as yourself would understand that typically rivers are shown in blue.
Oh, well, if you take a look and zoom in very close, you'll see it is a dark blue color.
Ah, I see. Yes, I fiddle with my glasses.
Don't you know the seas are wine dark? They're not blue. They're wine dark seas.
A reflection of the times, I fear, my friend. This is a fine map indeed. Well, I trace the edge of the swamp. Does it look accurate, to my knowledge?
Yeah.
And
That's the problem. I mean, let's talk about map accuracy. Up until, satellite technology, maps were shitty. Even in, the mid 1900s, maps were shitty. Right? If you want to go back to medieval times, maps were atrocious. Just Google
I know.
map
Yeah,
from
sure.
the 1400s, right?
The
So,
first map
yeah,
of
this
France
looks
is
fucking
like this chaotic fucking triangular mess. Because a guy literally, he would like make a triangle, measure the distance between them, and be like, all right, that's this sector. And he did that for the whole country. It took like 6 generations of this family
Oh
to
my
map
God.
France.
Yeah.
So you're telling me I just spent 5 gold on a shitty map?
I'm telling you, you spent 5 gold on a state-of-the-art map.
State of the art, true. Well, one last thing before you go, my friends. This lake down here, I say. Why is the water here so bright and inviting?
This lake?
Yes, compared to the dark wine rivers.
Well, it's larger. The outline of the lake is the same color as the river, and then the middle of the lake is a nicer color.
And just to
Unlike-
satisfy my curiosity, should this
Yes.
map extend to the coast, what color would you make the sea?
Well, it depends on the depth of the sea. The closer in the shallower areas near the continental shelf will be a lighter color, and the areas deeper out to sea will be a darker color.
So the river is deeper than the lake?
No, but it's thinner.
Unlike my wizard
Interesting.
traveling merchant, I'm not going to chastise you about your map making. I'm sure you know exactly how to do it and why you did everything.
Thank you.
And I'll be honest, I don't really care why you did what. I'm just curious, is there anything on this map that you would like to point out to me and my group of adventurers? As you see, I'm a noble knight, and I'm off looking to, adventure.
Well, I would just note that this big forest up here, especially this section of the forest, I say pointing to the top right section, is the old elven woods, which have been mostly destroyed or infested with undead horrors and ghosts and, ghost riders in the sky.
Stick out of there.
We have heard of that.
And that the whole place is horrors, and we didn't want to, desecrate the memory of the once a lovely verdant green place by drawing it with black, rotting everything. So we left it pretty, but just know that this is a false prettiness, and this forest is a realm of nightmares.
I'll get like a piece of charcoal.
And I will
realm
mention
of
that
nightmares.
this bottom section over here on the southwest is blank, but that's only because no one's traveled over there.
Oh.
These hills are very difficult to cross. This forest over here is difficult to cross. The swamp is almost impossible. And this area, these hills and mountains are also, it's really hard to get down here. There is a mountain range somewhere off in this corner in the far southwest side that comes up into these hills, but it's just an inaccessible place, so that area is left a little bit blank.
And
I'll grab a piece of charcoal out of the fire. Sorry, Nick. And on his pretty map, I'll take it. And at the top where he said it's like he didn't want to desecrate it.
Don't, please.
Yeah. I just scribble like black stuff to denote that like this area is like don't go there. It's like fucked, so I don't forget.
I already wrote Realm of Nightmares over there, and I've scribbled all over it.
Well, now we know.
I ask him one last question, and I point to this mountain here with these structures around it. What is this? Between Roselook and Grenmount?
Oh, it's a small mountain with some nearby hills, and there's a pair of forts over there.
Pair of forts, you say?
Yep. Small
By
fortresses.
the Varasi Empire?
No, they're older than that. They predate the Varasi Empire. I think one's name is Goldfoot Burrow, and the other's like Fort Corloon or something like that.
What's
Are they
that?
abandoned?
Well, I don't know. I put them on the map because they're, how do you say? Because anyone who approaches that mountain gets intercepted by riders from one of these two forts. And asking the locals in Falaror, I was able to pick up the names of those, or my cousins were able to pick up the names of those forts. And so I put them on the map just as a warning that that's a guarded mountain. And considering one of the forts is called Goldfoot Burrow, I assume there's gold there, but you know how people name things.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, this is
It's
fine
just a
work.
dangerous, well-guarded, fortified mountain. I mean, maybe it has to do with the Elven Forest being here and wanting to put some sort of defense. I don't, you'd have to talk to the person who built it.
You're just a
but
map maker.
That's right.
And over here by Holy City Emberstone,
Yes?
what is this ruin?
There's an ancient battlefield over there from thousands and thousands of years ago that to this day one can still find the bones of the hundreds of thousands, millions of bodies that remain there.
Interesting.
It's a bit of a sacred site near Holy City Emberstone. But I don't know. They sometimes call it the Plain of Bones, or the Great Battlefield, or the Ancient Ruins, or everyone's got a name in
Everyone's got a
various
name.
levels. Yeah.
One question for Neil. Did we not just take a road to Holy City Emberstone? Which road did we take?
So this map is marking proper major roads. What you took was more of like a trail.
Okay.
Then the trail did this. And this map is not marking trails. It's only marking like properly paved roads or properly maintained roads.
Okay.
So similar, there is a trail that runs from Valebrook over to Sigrid Shadowhand's tomb. You've taken that trail. There's a trail that comes down through here. There's lots of trails.
Sakara,
Yes.
if you wanted to do the whole thing of the tomb of the great, incredible wizard, we could tell the map maker and he could start selling maps with it on it.
That's true. We've got a lot of work to do before that. But right now, let's keep the tomb to
if
ourselves.
you need anything, come on by. My family lives in Falroar, and you'll just go search for the map makers in the center of the city. You'll find us. The shop has a little flag or a little mast outside with a rolled up piece of parchment emblazoned on it.
Yes. One last question, sir. Arkveld to the south. Is this really the end of the road?
Yep. I mean,
fascinating.
We questioned whether or not even to put a road here because it is maintained, but it's small and it's thin and it's narrow and it goes through the woods. But that's the furthest south civilization extends. Beyond that, open wilds.
Well, sounds fascinating. I'll leave you to
Edge
your
of the empire.
I'll leave you to your endeavors.
Thank you, map maker.
I look at
Thank
Grau
you.
wide-eyed.
All right, Mapmaker leaves.
Well. So, what do you fancy, lads? Shall we head to Goldborough and free these bandits of their gold? Do you fancy a relaxing week by the shores of this lake down here? Or maybe we could venture out into the wilds south of the Empire?
I do like
Well-
bathing in the lake. I wonder what kind of fish are in there.
Probably all sorts.
The other question that I wanted to get to was a question about darkness stones. Because these can be created. Light stones shine with light that kind of radiates out all in front of them. So if you were to, get a cup or something and put the light stone in it, it would shine light more or less in one direction. Light does sort of spill out all around. It's not a laser beam. A darkness stone sort of functions the same, but it's a little bit harder to imagine in your mind's eye how darkness spreads in the same way that how light spreads. So if you have a darkness stone in a cup, it'll radiate darkness in the direction, but it also sort of spill around all over the place. So it's not going to be like a focused laser beam of darkness. It'll be, half of the area is all darkness out to the maximum range, and then the other half is sort of softly encompassed.
And this is
So
interesting to
there's-
me because this is how I understood light stones to work as well during my training. So I think something has changed.
Well, there was an event some years ago. I'd have to look up the date, but I think it was 1515, maybe 10 years ago now, where a lot of the light magic in the world changed. There was a ritual done in a far-off land where a philosopher's stone, an item of the staff that's a chip off of the staff that supports the world, which is pure magic, essentially, was used to empower prayers for the sun to blind and burn the undead. Now undead, this is, a historical event at this point, can no longer exist in sunlight. It's not just vampires who are destroyed by sunlight. Skeletons, zombies, the whole gamut are damaged and eventually destroyed by the sun. But in the process, the way that light stones and darkness stones also shifted, an unexpected byproduct by Loomis, god of light, and light-based magic throughout the entire world has shifted. It doesn't really come up in campaigns very often since we're not really playing any campaigns that transition that time. So
is light now quote unquote stronger? Like in
I
the
don't-
how did it
I don't
exactly
think
shift
strong or
from the old
more-
light stone to new?
your characters wouldn't know any of this stuff. So
Yeah,
it's not worth getting into for this campaign. Maybe
Got it.
in some sort of a after show question, this would be perfect for one of the
Great.
patrons.
Good. Patreon.com/everyday. All right, well, that's that. We'll
So
keep going,
wait,
okay?
I have one. How does that impact shadow magic? I mean, if Illumis has become stronger and the balance between light and dark is affected, does that mean that, like, I feel like this is a bad thing for shadow magic, for Illumis to be stronger?
I want to change your language here. It's not that light is stronger or Illumis is stronger. It's like an asymmetrical shift. I think stronger or weaker would have to nail down to a specific use case. Like in this way,
Yeah.
it's stronger. In this way, it's weaker. So
Light just
it
changed
might
a little
affect
bit.
shadow magic, but you would have never known what shadow magic was like before the change, so it shouldn't matter.
Oh, okay. So it's 10 years ago.
Right? Yeah, Yeah, at least 10 years ago.
Well, I'm wondering if I would be
dates.
interested in learning about this and maybe doing something to shift the balance back the other way to make it more even again.
Yeah, you'd need a philosopher's stone, buddy. So you can dream, but until you get a philosopher's stone and some clerics on hand.
I know.
I understand that, but I mean, in a story way, is Relkor losing the battle against the Loomis right now? Is that how
No.
this conceptualizes or not?
No, that's not how. They're not in battle. They're not fighting.
Okay.
In fact, Relkor is the, spoken of but never seen god. There's some schools of thought out there that Relkor doesn't really exist, that Relkor is a false god that people make up and worship, is not even a real thing. It's just the opposite of the Loomis, because you can't see Relkor,
Interesting.
right? It's just presumed to exist because the pantheon is pretty symmetric. And there's a god of light, and there's the moon, which is the god of souls, so there should probably be a god of darkness somewhere, but
It's like-
how could you possibly see a dark god?
It's like antimatter, where we know
Yeah.
it exists because
it's
the
like
math
dark
makes
matter,
sense.
not antimatter.
Oh, or that one, yeah.
Okay, fine. Right, we can move on. Sounds
Yep.
cool.
What do you guys want to do?
So wait, do we make the darkness stone?
Yeah, you can make a darkness stone.
Can I?
Light stones?
Yeah, you can make light stones.
Okay.
Each y'all's got the spells.
Yeah, we're making all that. And if we're traveling out, Neil,
You can sell them.
if we're traveling out,
Yeah.
assume if we're going through appropriate areas, if there was days of travel, I'm collecting berries and I'm turning them into good berries and I'm distributing among
Excellent.
the party.
But
Lovely.
we don't have a plan though. So
Yeah,
Well,
so we gotta figure out.
Shall we do like a campfire chat then before we head off somewhere?
yeah,
Perfect.
We need money. We go to Autumn and see what she has got going on.
we've just.
Go check out the fort.
I mean, I feel like we spend our entire life at Autumn's Tower. What about those insects that they were having trouble with around here? Maybe we're strong enough now. Maybe we could look into that. You remember? What were they called again? I can't remember the names.
Onkegs.
Eggs?
Onkegs, that's right. Might be a way to earn some
I'm
gold.
okay with that. That could be a way to earn some good gold. It was 10 GP per Onkeg.
Might be a good opportunity to get these guys some experience. And I thumb my finger at the other characters that are sitting.
Hang on.
Might want to be careful with them. They might get eaten.
Oh well, you gotta take some risks to make some gains.
That's true.
The only issue is that where are they right now?
Yeah, I can't recall exactly, but there's a notice board in town. Maybe one of the old notices is still on there. We can find reference to it.
I'll go to Swampside and see if there's a notice board up here.
We're in
We could also
Swampside, right?
ask
We're at
around if there's
Swampside,
any
yeah, yeah.
local work. If we're just looking for work locally, it might not be a bad idea to help this town out, especially if we're going to be visiting this town regularly, because to develop some relationships with the local people, maybe, spend a bit of coin, earn a bit of coin, do a little bit of trade, arbitrage, all that sort of stuff, help people out.
I think if
This is
anything,
like a home away from home for us.
we should move our base of operations from Swampside to more Papari. It's closer to Autumn's and it's closer to the central other areas that we want to go to.
I have no issues with that.
I sure
I quite
yeah,
like
I
the
mean,
fact that Swampside is sort of out of the way, and
it's a
plus
little bit
it's
out of the way.
quite
This
close
is where my shop
to...
is, too.
This is where your shop is, yeah.
If we're looking at the map here, I'll kind of say it's also quite close to the elves, and we do want to investigate that, because supposedly they have been driven east.
I checked the
Your
job
shop
board.
stands mostly abandoned. You spend very little time in Swampside, and so I think
Listen,
shop.
I don't criticize your shop, Neil. So, it's a
I'm
shop.
sorry.
It has my name above the door, or at least one of my names. It's not
Which
open a
name?
lot. It's Sakara's Society of Splendid
Spell components.
Spell Components. Yeah, Sakara
SSSS?
Society of Splendid Spell Components. SSSSC. The name changes a lot. But it's an exclusive store. It's like, fuck, we waited in line and it wasn't open. And then we came back the next day and it wasn't open.
I didn't get
I'm
my
sure wizards
limited
love that.
edition fucking frog leg. Fuck. Gotta wait a
Yeah.
whole month for another one.
Yeah, you need those frog legs. so fine. Yeah, I like staying in Swampside. I also feel like I liked it on the other side of the swamp, so I wouldn't mind. Maybe we just head in that direction. If we run into any opportunities on the way, maybe we can take them. But I wouldn't mind going back up towards where Sackmore was. Maybe going back to Emberstone. There was a house there that I wanted to try and get inside of, but I couldn't manage it myself.
August is trying to move the party more north for a reason. If you guys want to stay in Swampside, that's totally fine. I'm cool with it out of character and in character. It's fine. But I'll go check the job board.
We're in January now, so everyone can tick their year up by 1 unless you're actually counting
I've already been
your
ticking, I think.
birthday.
No, we do the Korean system. Everybody ages up on January the 1st.
Love it. Everyone ages by a year then.
Awesome.
So you can go to the job board and you'll see that the Ankh posters have been taken down. It is wintertime. The Ankhs usually attack farmland when there's like farming things going on. And they might come and attack like livestock now and then, but they're really going after crops for the most part. And so now that it's winter and the fields are lying fallow, the Ankh threat is gone until spring.
Okay. Anything else up here?
There's nothing at the job board, but you will hear that Lord Sackmore has sent a group of Draconians into the Hornstead Kingdom, the kingdom that you're in right now, and that they were rebuffed at Keygate, and some were killed. There was a small skirmish, and the road between Keygate and Bapari has been temporarily shut down. When I say the road has been shut down, people coming from Bapari have been turned back at Keygate and not allowed into the Hornstead Kingdom. While someone maybe can sort of finish out this, why is Lord Sackmore sending armed lizard men into this area?
So when we hear about this, I'll say maybe there's an opportunity here. I'm from the Hornstead Kingdom. I know Sackmore. Maybe we could be emissaries. Sort this whole thing out. We could travel to his city and get to the bottom of it.
We want to talk to Sackmore, though.
Why not?
Because you didn't tell him anything about the underground shadow area.
Yeah, and these sounds like petty
just
local
sent a birdie.
squabbles that'll work themselves out.
Yeah, we sent him a message, right? Saying that we found the tomb and that the tower was otherwise occupied or something like that. Sackmore's a smart man. If he thinks he has an ally in me, he won't cut my head off and waste it.
Out of character, I'm interested in this. In character, I don't think August wants anything to do with the guy with the chimera as a pet.
I think we should go to Keygate and see what's going on.
A reasonable proposition.
I don't disagree with going to Keygate and seeing what's going on, but I also don't agree with let's go be Keygate's emissaries.
Yeah, right. We owe nothing to Keygate, as far as I'm aware.
Well, it's just an opportunity to grow in status.
I mean, it is worth investigating. What are our other options?
Sure, let's go investigate.
Well,
worst case, we're near Autumn, and then we can talk to her. We could also go check out the forts up north.
What are our other options? Sorry, that was an actual question. Like, what are our other options? Do we have anything other than that to investigate?
Try and link back in with the Fireflies.
Could save your wife.
Yes, we're working on that.
Well, you talked about going to the job board specifically about the Ankhs, but there was another thing posted on the job board that might be of interest to you.
What's that?
Magistrate Zara is looking for someone to go visit a goblin encampment in the far south and bring back some lodestones. It's a pretty vague
That sounds fun.
listing.
I'm down.
But it doesn't say how far south. It doesn't say anything about dangers, about payment, about where it would take you. It's just Magistrate Zara is looking for someone to visit a goblin encampment and retrieve lodestones.
Could be an interesting
I'm down
adventure.
to do that.
A lodestone is what, Neil? Some sort of magical amplifier?
It's a naturally occurring magnet is how you and I would understand it.
Oh, okay.
Just a piece of magnetized rock.
All right, cool. Well,
is there a?
I'm up for that. That sounds fun.
I'm up for that. Is there like a sheriff in town that we can go and say, hey, we're going to go do this? Where exactly are we supposed to go?
Yeah, absolutely. You can take the posting, head into the little sheriff's office. They'll tell you that Magistrate Zara in Valebrook will have more information for you. And he doesn't really know anything. He usually doesn't allow postings up that are this vague. But when the magistrate of the region comes up to you and says, put this up, you know, not that she came herself, but one of her minions and, you know, orcs, right?
All right. Thank you, Sheriff. And we will, I think, set off to Valebrook.
Yeah. Well, are we going to debate the two options, or are we just happy to do that one? Like,
I think I'm very happy with that one. What about you guys?
Nick, which one would you prefer to do?
Between going to the lodestone and going to check out this thing with Sakmore, well,
yep.
If August feels unsure that we can that we should involve ourselves with Sakmore and thinks that he might have it out for us, then I'm willing to consider that counsel. Maybe he has a point. Doing more work for Zara, however, that seems like a good thing, right? Like, we're trying to win her favor to pursue your ends, Ren. And
right.
Yep.
I have to say, I am intrigued by the unmapped region to the south. And who doesn't like showing off some magic in front of goblins?
Worst case, we kill a few goblins.
Hey, that's
These
best
guys,
case.
I point to the people outside, they're green. They need this.
Then let's be on our way to the south. We can make it to the city. Ren can go and visit with Zara.
You okay with this, Grow?
Okay with this. I like it.
All right. Let's go.
All right, it's an 8-day journey to Valebrook. You have 4 bodyguards plus a squire, so 5 bodyguards and 2 war dogs and 2 camp followers. So we can just hand wave any combat encounters. And unless you're interested in wanting to like talk about things that you come across, like I can roll some random encounters for you. But if you just want to get there, we can ignore all road encounters.
I like random encounters.
Yeah, I like random encounters. I think it gives a chance for both experience and character development.
Excellent. All right.
You can get magic items on random encounters.
And I think it really is the essence of what this campaign and D&D is about, right? This is like a sandbox. We're here to adventure and find out things.
All right. On the first day of travel, on your way from Swampside to Jaden, there's people on the road, right? There's always people. I'm only going to call out the things that might be interesting to you. And the thing that is interesting to you, thing that is interesting to you on this cool December day, January day, January 8th, is a pack of silent monks. There are 8 of them, and they seem to be walking towards Swampside. They're in a single file line, all in uniform brown robes, hoods pulled low, heads tilted towards the ground, looking out their feet, hands tucked into sleeves on either side. The only way you can even tell, like, maybe what these creatures are is because their robes only go down to, like, the middle of their shins, and you can see their, feet in their sandals as they walk. They appear to be mostly human. There's definitely one orc in the midst. Skin tones range from, pink to brown. And then the orc, which is a gray-green feet, probably gray from the dust, the road. There's a pack of 8 of these guys walking towards Swampside. Silence.
At a glance, they're walking towards Swampside, did you say?
Yeah, so you're walking in one direction on the road, and they're coming the other direction on the road, and they're just like single file off to their side. It's where you walk on the right side of the road, they're coming down the left side of the road because it's a civilized place.
Okay.
As we're walking past them, kind of like, are they walking with like their heads down and their hands together, like
heads down, hands together? No words spoken, single file. Not quite a march, like their feet aren't in step, but they're just going.
Yeah, as we're going past, I'm going to try and, like, look at them on, like... I don't have shoelaces, but I'll, like, bend down to, like, tie my shoelaces, and I'll kind of look up into the cowls and see if any of them look at me in the eyes.
Ooh. Roll. No, not a single one will look at you in the eyes. However, give me a perception check.
Boom. 17.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I'm
None of them
also
meet your
looking
eyes.
to see if one of them is possibly an elf. Curious about that. Any of them slim,
That 17
slender?
on that perception check, it's too hard to notice anything about them with their hoods and the way that they're walking past. You only get brief glimpses. You get nothing on the 17. Sorry, bud.
Damn it. If only my eyes worked better. It's my old age.
61 years.
61 years. Well,
I don't
well
really have
lived.
anything for him.
Okay, cool.
I'd let him go
They
past.
just walk
yeah.
on past.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine by me.
Your second day of travel, you will come across a patch of blood in the ground, like a large pool of blood. Clearly, someone died here very recently. In this dry conditions out here, well, it's not that dry. You are kind of near a swamp. In these conditions, a pool of blood would fade fairly quickly. And this is dried blood on the well-traveled dirt road.
Is
It
there
must
any,
be the
like-
scene of a battle or something, but there's no bodies and there's no people.
There's no trail from the patch.
Nope. The road is dusty and hard packed, and so if there's no clear sign of egress or travel right off the side of the road. Whoever did this either flew away or traveled down the hard packed earth and didn't leave a significant trail, unless maybe you have a tracking proficiency.
I counsel my lord and whisper in August's ear, and I say,
Good.
if this is the site of a battle, then perhaps you should call out and see if there are any wounded men nearby that require assistance.
I take my wizard's counsel and I call out. Hello? Does anyone need help? We can provide medical. We have a cleric.
To the left side of the road is the open plain. You can tell that there's no one there. To the right side of the road is a light forest, and you don't see anyone there. And you call out.
I mention and we have clerical magic that can heal you.
With those words, there's no response.
I shrug at him.
Can I make I tell the party to be quiet, and I will make a detect noise check. I need to roll a 45 or lower, I believe, to hear this. See if I hear anything.
I look up, Neil.
69, I missed it.
Up in the tree.
Yeah, I look up above me.
You can see some tree branches. There's a pair of swifts that are kind of darting back and forth at each other.
I'll call
Sort of
out,
a cloudy, overcast, cool winter's day.
Oh, one more time. We're not with the Verossi Empire, so if you're afraid because you're a brigand or something, then let those fears be silenced. I kind of shrug. It's your life.
It seems that dead men require no assistance.
Yeah.
Let's move
What
on.
happened to the body? It's a lot
yeah.
of blood. Someone must have died, right?
Bro,
or
can you-
it's a huge creature that bled out, but like, where's the
Yeah.
body?
Do you smell anything, Grau?
Could have been eaten.
I'm in
Those
gnome
dying
form right
halfling-
now.
Does dying gnome? What does dying gnome nose smell?
Well, my gnome nose smells nothing. If I wanted to, we talked about like being able to track things in bear form, right? So going a little bit off the road, you know, a little bit out of my way. I 1 second, sorry. I pull up into bear form. I want to track something down. I want to see if I can get a whiff here, get a scent.
Yeah, you can go up to the blood. Blood That's a very particular smell. That's something that your nose is not only familiar with, but stands out against the other smells. You can go up and you can get a good whiff of this. Give me a D100. You want low?
That is high.
All right. So you smell the blood, and there's a lot of scents mixed up in here. There's the road smell. There's the smell of the blood. There's the smell of your friends and other people that have been around here. You can't tell if this is one blood pool or if it's multiple bodies, like multiple people who have been slain here. There's so many strong scents in the area.
Yeah.
But if you would like to try and find, the smell of blood off the road, you can make me a tracking check, which is another D100. Low is good.
I will do that.
Yeah. You sniff around. You walk off the trail. And sure enough, as you get maybe 100 feet away in towards the woods,
I signal to the party
You'll
that
pick
I've
up-
picked up something. Yeah.
I'll follow him.
yeah,
Exchange a
you'll
glance
pick
with
up
the others.
smell of blood in the woods.
I'll kind of motion for the party to start following.
I keep an eye on the upwards, Neil. I feel like there's a thing of blood, maybe like something lifted the body out from the tree, so I'm just keeping an eye on above me.
You can follow this trail. You know that you're... Well, I take that back. You don't know that. Before we get any too far here, how far into the woods would you be willing to go, Grau? What if this trail takes you like 2 miles into the woods? Would you go 2 miles off the beaten track?
I mean, I would probably check back with the party at like a certain point, right? I would probably just keep going, and if somebody in the party told me not to, I wouldn't. But Grau isn't really concerned with getting anywhere on time or getting anywhere too deep. He's just like, he's tracking this. It's definitely of interest, and if
think-
anyone in the party intervenes...
I would intervene at like 10 minutes in. At that point, whoever it is probably running, doesn't want to be found. I think like 10 to 20 minutes in.
20 minutes in?
Yeah.
Okay, because you can walk a mile in the woods, in the light woods like this, in about 15 minutes. 15, 20 minutes is about
I think a mile's
range.
fair. Yeah.
Okay. And you'd be leaving the horse and the cart, which the cart doesn't go through the woods very well, back on
The
the
horse
road.
can
Like
go
this
through
is
the
a,
woods, or how deep is it? Or how...
the horse could go through the woods, but the cart would have to be left behind. Otherwise, the whole party has to be slowed to like half movement rate. And so if you're leaving the cart and the soldiers behind, you might just leave all the camp followers behind, including the horse. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how you travel. You could be on the horse. You could leave the horse with Stacy.
I'll ask the party, like, do you guys want to go and check this out, or do you just want to continue on?
Grau's just got the...
Because we're going to be leaving all the camp followers back there.
ready to fucking go.
I shrug.
Oh,
I mean, it's unlikely to be anything particularly useful to us, but I understand curiosity.
maybe we should pull at the thread of fate here and see what comes loose.
Sure, roll a dice. Roll a D4 potato on.
I'm gonna-
In 3 we go. I don't care. Yeah,
Okay, roll 1d4 on a 3 we go.
there you go. Oh, you rolled a D10.
It's a 3.
All right.
All right, we go.
We're doing it.
Right.
All right.
You leave them behind. You follow the trail. It takes you a little bit less than a mile before your nose really starts to notice an increase in the strength of this scent. Like you're getting closer. It's getting fresher. And as we're walking, Renatus, I also want you to give me a move silently check. I'm not a detect noise check. I'm assuming you're going to be using your thief skills every now and then to listen.
Yeah, I will be. You know what? I'm going to be doing a move. I'm going to be trying to move silently and detect noise as I move. Unless move silently would slow me down too much.
Move silently would be fruitless because the rest of the party is not moving silently.
Perfect. I fail my detect noise check.
Okay, cool. Don't worry about it then.
You want a perception
instead,
check?
what we have... No, I don't.
Oh,
Instead,
no.
what we have is the bear following his nose, going wherever it takes him and popping through some bushes as the smell's getting stronger and stronger. And just on the other side of these bushes is a small encampment. Grau, I need you to roll me a 1d10 to see if you are surprised.
Got it.
We got it, boys.
This is
Is
taking
good?
into account my skill, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You do not want a 1, 2, or a 3. Perfect.
Easy.
So you come through this, the smell gets strong, you push your bare head through these bushes, and there is a camp. There are 3 soldiers dressed in chainmail. Soldiers is too strong of a word. 3 warriors, fighters, brigands, who knows what. They're not in a uniform, but they've got chainmail and they've got their swords, which are slowly sliding out of their sheaths as this bare head kind of pushes into this encampment. And there on the ground is a stretcher, a makeshift stretcher with a blanket pulled across these poles. And on these poles are 2 bodies. And the armed men, swords drawn, sort of begin to fan out and square off against the bear. Now, you're the only one seeing this. These bushes are kind of wide,
Yeah.
kind of tall. You've gotten into a slightly thicker part of the woods here. You see this. You're like Homer Simpsoning through the bushes with your blood sticking out the back, and the rest of the party's behind you as you come to a stop. You're the only one aware of this for the moment.
Okay, I see this.
Mm-hmm.
I take note of it. I go back to the party.
Okay. You can hear the sound of relief as the sigh of the soldiers, the warriors, the fighters, the brigands, whoever they are, as the bear leaves. And you can head back through the bushes, or wiggle your way back out until you look at the party. You're still in bear form, and you can no longer see the warriors.
Yeah. I go into gnome form because I woke up as a gnome, and I have all my I activate my guys. And I'll relay. There's warriors there with bodies.
Did they have the Rossi symbol on them?
Neil, I forgot. What did you say?
They did not look like soldiers. They were just in clothing with
Yeah.
chainmail, no uniforms.
I didn't see any symbols.
Likely bandits.
You guys want to do?
What else? Were there injured people?
Yeah.
You can offer them some help.
I heed my counsel. It's likely these men are brigands, and that any wealth they have acquired, they have obtained through dastardly means. Perhaps we should take that coin and put it to better use for our mission.
Men
We should
be
liberate
freedom
that
fighters
money.
against. Let's have a conversation with them first, then we'll make that decision. Is that all right?
Of course.
Sure thing.
I'll
I'll remain hidden, I say, before August. You can do the talking.
I'll barge forward into where the bear was. I know there's people there. I'll have my I'm not readying an attack or anything. I'll have my glaive to my side, like this, and I'll go into the encounter, and I'll speak.
All right. You push through the bushes as you come through. There are 3 armed warriors sort of spread out, maybe 15 feet apart in a semicircle facing this bush wall that they've made their little encampment behind. There's a makeshift stretcher on the ground with 2 bodies stacked on it. And they look at you. And there's
Shining
kind of
armor.
quiet, beautiful, polished,
Oh,
shining
yeah.
armor, glorious glaive in the air,
Yes.
banded mail of a Varossi soldier across your chest.
I ask, are you guys okay? Do you need help? Who
We're
are you?
fine. We don't need help. We're just good old people. Who are you?
I'm August from Vantis. Are you guys bandits? Brigands?
No.
Okay, then
Are you a bandit?
I whisper to him. That's exactly what a brigand would say.
I nod to my wizard. Do I look like a bandit to you? Come on.
I don't know. You got a bear with you.
No. I'm
trained
I'm
bear,
I'm in
so
gnome
you
form. I'm
must-
in gnome form. I'm in gnome form.
That's
Yeah, but a bear
They
just
saw a
poked
bear.
the head through some bushes, and then a moment later, a shining knight walked through some bushes. So they're like,
Oh, there was
got
a
a bear with
bear?
them.
Oh no.
my magic bear. I'm not gonna explain it to you. It's a wizard spell, I say.
Polymorphing gnome bear and a shining knight.
Well, hold on. They should know about the gnome polymorphing.
You just said you've got a magic wizard. You said it's a spell, so they said it's a poly. These are their conclusions.
Got it. Okay,
you said
okay,
it.
okay.
You said you have a magic bear.
I just kind of go like this. Whatever. So, if you're not brigands, then who are you? Why are you in a forest with swords?
Why are you in a forest with glaives?
Well, I'm here
I'd ask
looking
you
for...
the same damn question.
I saw a pool of blood on the road, and I was concerned.
Where'd you get that armor?
I killed a Verasi soldier for it. Kind of shrug.
You can see their posture relaxes slightly. Really? You're just going around killing Verasi soldiers and taking their armor, and then wearing it in the middle of their empire?
Well, if they think you're one of them, then when in Rome, am I right? Or I guess when in... I think.
Balebrook?
There's no Rome.
When
Yeah,
in
when in
Balebrook.
Balebrook. Are you guys with the fireflies? I kind of wait for a reaction.
They shake their heads. No, but we're no imperialists either.
Do you know
They
the...
nod to the bodies on the ground before them on the stretcher.
Who are they?
What do you think of those?
I don't know. Are they your men?
Not even slightly. Go ahead, move the blankets, they say.
I go and move the blankets.
So it sounds to me like the three of you have moved through the bushes.
Yeah,
Ren
I-
is still hanging out on the backside.
Yeah,
This is fair.
I move the blankets.
Yeah. You can see the bodies of two messengers, each proudly wearing a symbol of the Rossi army
I
on
check
their
them
lapels.
for like messages on them.
No
envelopes.
messages on them. Nope, they've got a satchel across. One of them has like a rider's satchel that they would wear, but it's empty.
I go and say this to August in his ear.
Whispers to him, walks back, whispers in his
Yeah,
knight's ear.
and I lower my gaze at one of these knights and sort of give him a bit of a dirty look.
So, what'd the message say? I kind of shrug.
Listen, friends. What are your names?
I'm
I'm
Gal.
August.
Nice to meet you. I'm
He's
from
Grau.
far away.
August Avantis, Grau of...
Far away.
He's from far away.
And they look to Sakara.
I'd rather not say.
This is my
And I
wizard.
give a smile.
You don't need to.
Yeah,
you don't
we'd
need his
rather not
name.
say either. I don't know you. You're wearing the armor of an imperialist bastard. You've got a magic pet polymorphing bear wizard thing.
There's a bear.
I don't know what you want from us, but we don't need your help. We're just fine. And by the time you report us to the authorities, we'll be gone.
We're not going to be doing any reporting, my friend. I kind
You
of
don't have a problem with this?
No, I don't give a fuck. I could care less if you kill a few. Go kill more, even. Kill more Verasi soldiers. You're doing me a fucking favor in a weird way about it.
One of them will sheathe his sword. The other two leave their weapons out, but not pointed directly at you, just like slightly lowered, but still at the ready. And take a few steps forward, and we'll reach out a hand.
I'll shake his hand.
Yeah.
Well, as nice
Can
as
I
this was.
Can I
getting his
sneak
name.
around the back of this? So I'm on the opposite. So like if we use my camera here, if our party's here, they're here, I'm here. I'm on flank.
Right.
I'm on
Right.
flanks.
This is where you want that move silently check to pay off.
And now, if I fail this doesn't mean they hear me.
That's right.
Right. If
Just
you
means
fail,
they get
it
a
means-
perception check.
Right.
What's the situation with how they're stood? You said that they fanned out.
Boom. 67. I failed.
Right. So a quick, so there's these bushes right here, and there's some trees within the bushes. And the party went through, I'm drawing it on the map. And then there are some bodies, pair of bodies where the X is, and our new friends or whatever were sort of fanned out like this.
How far away are they from each other?
15 feet. And I think we have August, Takara, Rao, and Ren is trying to sneak around the side of the bushes and see what's up.
I'll ask after we do a handshake. I'll give him my name. I'm August Nefarious. I'm from Vantis, Castle Valenskar. You've probably never heard of it.
They shake their heads.
What's your name?
I'm Peyton. These are my men.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, well, you're doing me a big favor, so thank you. I appreciate it. We're down here for some work. We're a
How's
party...
this a favor for you? What are you, some sort of crusader against the Empire? You some
kinda shrug.
great rebellion leader?
Maybe one day, but right now I'm just trying to, maybe get my kingdom back, my castle back. Listen, it's all very high level. I kind of shrug it off.
Well, we're down here in the dirt doing the day-to-day work.
Good. Well, I'm asking you now. Is there anything you could have us... anything you guys need done that you need, 4, 5... I got an extra few soldiers. You got any work for us?
He looks to the other two with him. All right, so let me get this straight. You found some blood on the ground. You followed it here. You see that it's 2 dead Virasi soldiers. And you're just asking us if we're going to pay you to kill any more? Okay.
I'm asking if you need help with a bigger job, a bigger plan. You're out here killing, a few messengers, and I'm saying you got a fort to rob or something?
Well, if we did have a fort to rob, we wouldn't be working with people we just met in the middle of the woods at random. That's how you get yourself killed. There's a certain amount of trust that would go into something like robbing a fortress. You know what I mean? If you're interested in causing chaos and breaking up the Empire, I'm sure you can figure out how to do that on your own. I'm curious as to why you want to know our plans so closely. Sounds like something a Virasi spy might say. Someone who's maybe working with Magistrate Zera.
Ren is frustrated with the conversation, so from the bush behind the beat, you just hear, he's not a spy, he's just bad at his job.
Yeah. Listen, man, it's kind of my first time trying to freedom fight. We broke this gnome out here and a few elves for the Fireflies in, and I'll name the fort. I don't remember the name exactly, but it was a huge point in my life, so I would remember the fort name. I don't know. I kind of just ran into an elf last time, so I ran into 4 people in the woods. You guys might need our help. That.
I let out an audible sigh, and then I start to talk and say, we were trying a thing out where we each take a turn being in charge. Clearly, maybe that's not worked out so well.
Well, hold on. It's not over yet. This is still my time.
I think what he was trying to say here, I cast a glance at Ren behind these guys. How far away am I from them, Neil? Am I right up close to them, or is there a good bit of space between us and them? We're all 15
close enough
feet.
that if you started to cast a spell, they would be able to, the 2 guys on the side still have their weapons out, and they're
their
kind
action.
of nervous. Yeah, if you started casting a spell, one of them we'd do an initiative roll, and one of them might be able to get to you first.
I think what he was trying to say here is that anything you need doing, like, say, for example, a specific piece of information being kept quiet, or something like that?
Well, if you want to be our friends, we just need some proof of your willingness to work with us. Some sort of incontrovertible evidence that you're who you say you are and willing to work for this side.
Could a Virasi spy do this? And he turns into a bear.
I sigh. Well,
To be honest, I don't think there's much for us here. I think we leave these 3 to their messenger slaughter.
Jesus. Look,
You never hear you
all
don't
of
kill
your
the
friends-
messenger? These aren't even soldiers. They're just basic. Ren walks out of the bush. He's like annoyed. These aren't even soldiers. These are just dudes. They don't.
This is Peyton and his men. They're out here fighting the fight on the ground, guys. We got to respect that.
You do recall that we're currently doing a job for the Empire, right?
We play all the sides, okay?
Yeah, we're playing all the sides right now, but in the future, I got to get my kingdom back, etc. And I let it be known, let it be on the record, everyone. I look at the whole camp as the bears just standing there and their mouths are agape. Let it be known that August Nefarious, the person whose entire family was killed by the Empire, is against the Empire. I said it.
And Ren will just kind of start. And were these guys captured and interrogated? And
No, they
Ren
were
will like
cut
slowly
down
take.
where they stood like dogs.
Ren will like slowly take out his dagger, and if these guys were captured now, August, and they know that you're against the Empire, and that were to reach the ears of someone like, I don't know, Lady, who's that lady? I always forget her name.
Lady Zara.
I'd take a step
Or
back.
Wadis Thresh, yeah.
Then they would know you're against
Are the guys
Empire.
dead on the ground?
No.
They're dead, yeah.
These two are dead. Yeah.
What I mean is, these guys right here. Ren is like
These three.
Okay, these three guys right
I
here
see,
that you
yeah.
just told this critically important information to. If they get captured and interrogated and they reveal information, they sell you out, and you gave them your real name. That's dangerous.
It could be. It could be. But at some point, someone's got to know.
I want to know if I want a vibe check on these guys as I'm trying to explain espionage to my nephew. Are they just completely baffled by this situation?
The vibe check is that 4 strangers found them after they just murdered someone on the road, and then one of them turned into a bear. One of them was
Guys are
a
having a
bear,
day.
maybe, and turned into a gnome, and then turned back into a bear. There's clearly a wizard here. Polymorph is a 4th circle spell, which means that you've got to be 7th level to be casting that stuff. And then one of them seems to be a knight from a far-off kingdom whose entire family was killed, and there's a guy in the woods behind him. This is one of those surreal situations where you find yourself being like, am I dreaming? What the fuck just happened here? They're completely taken, so far off course that Peyton doesn't know what to say, and his manlings are just looking around like, what is going on?
I counsel my party members that we should either
Yeah.
leave or kill these people. We should probably just leave.
Which group do you guys represent? And I named the 3 groups. There's the Greens, the Royalists, and the Imperials.
The Royalists, the Imperialists, and the Miffed.
The Miffed,
They would call
that's it.
themselves the Miffed.
Are these Miffed guys?
We are.
What are you miffed about?
The Verossi Empire
They took
and the
their fucking land.
traitors who sided with them.
I asked,
Damn
do you guys,
royalists who care more about keeping things the way they are than doing the right thing.
That's
you guys have a structure, or is it just miffed men in small bands?
You'll forgive me if I'm not willing to unveil
I know.
sorts of information to
that,
new people.
anyway.
But if you want to be our friends, he says, trying to take control of the situation.
Where can we
wanna
get
be
in
our
touch
friends.
with you later? Do you guys is there a town we could be like, hey, we're looking for John?
You
Don't have to tell us where your
understand that we're
base
not
is.
gonna. I'm not comfortable sharing any sort of information like that with random people I
Okay.
met.
Totally. Right.
But if
Here
you
go. I'll
want
do
to
the
be
reverse. If you
friends
guys
to
want to get a
us-
message to us, if you got work, that you need a wizard, and you need a guy.
He's
who
trying
hides
to
in a
tell
bush
us,
with a
Ren.
knife.
Let Peyton speak.
What do you mean? I'm taking control of the situation. Listen,
No, he's taking
I'm taking
control.
control of the situation.
I have control of the situation. August, you fucked it
just
up.
roars.
Quiet. I say to him, listen. Okay, speak your piece. Go.
If you want to show us that you're our friends, that you're on our side, there's an orc captain in Jaden, runs the supply outpost over there.
I start shaking my head.
Member
That's
of the
what I like to
Verossi
hear.
army. Good supply captain, does all the things. If he were to die, and if his head were to end up on a spike in the middle of town or a fountain in the middle of town, somewhere public, where everyone would know that this was done, information would get back to us. And then if you gave us where you live, we could come by, say hello, nice work, how do you do? And we could become friends.
Perfect.
Ren will ask a question. What if
share
he were
food
to
and
die
company.
in his bed and there were no witnesses?
That's true, bro.
And no one knew anything about how it happened.
Be a hell of a lot harder to know that he was dead.
Ah.
But if his
Well-
head's on a spike in the middle of the town, well, that's a real hard sign to miss.
You guys drive a hard bargain. You know, it's a lot easier to kill people when they're asleep. Like, you want me to kill him in his sleep, cut off his head, climb back out of the barracks, take it to the center of the city without getting spotted, and then put it on top of a fountain. You understand what you're asking there? What kind of
You
what kind
understand
of
what
group?
you're asking, right? You're asking me to just reveal where me and my buddies meet, who else we hang out with, when we just ran into each other in the woods.
No,
Rather
I'm
die
just
than share
saying.
that information.
No, I was going to say to you, if you want to get in touch with us, right? If you ever need help of a wizard, you know, and a bear and a thief.
Well, I need to know if I can trust the wizard, bear, and thief first, right? I'm not just taking help from any random. Imagine you're doing whatever it is that you're doing, and some random person shows up out of the woods who looks maybe like your enemy, and then they say, "Hey, buddy, we'd like to help you out. Just tell us everything about your
It's true.
organization and how you function, and just spill all of your details." Would you share
okay,
your info?
I turned to my party. I'm like, I don't like his attitude. I vote we killed him.
No, we're not.
Kill you.
Oh. He's just trolling, okay? He does this sometimes.
Goddamn trolls.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. If we can do that, if we're interested, then we'll do it. I shrug. All right, I hear you. We're gonna go our way. You guys go your way. Everybody cool with that? I looked at my guys.
Renatus kind of puts his finger to his lips. What if his butt is on top of the fountain? It's easier to cut a butt off.
What if he's just dead at the
How
fountain?
would I know it's his butt? It could just be any orc's butt. You need to put the head so I know who it is that was killed.
God, you. Okay. All right.
We don't
problem.
chop heads off for no reason. It's so you can identify the body.
Makes
No,
sense.
you chop the head off because it's disrespect. Wait,
No, it's for practical identification purposes.
All right.
have you
I'm
ever seen
I'm
a
done with you
severed
guys
head?
now.
You can't
I turn
identify
around.
shit. It's covered in
I
blood
lo-
and it's all rotten and gross.
Then
I
you
leave.
These
wipe
guys
it
are
down with a
unreasonable.
wet rag.
I say my piece. I'm heading out, guys. Come on, Ren. Let's go. This is good.
We should have
Where
killed
did
them.
you guys say you live?
Swampside. I named
Swampside.
this store. Arrakis is super credit.
I look at fucking. I look at Ren.
Sakara's secret spell components store.
That's not even what it's called. Have you learned nothing?
It's called
Sakara's secret
SSSC.
supply of spell components?
Every
You can
day
find
when
it
we're
there
sat in the
sometimes.
tavern, you can see it out the window. The sign I had it specifically made. It's really catchy, easy to remember name.
You mean
Oh,
a
you
shop
know
that's
about
always
it.
closed?
Yeah, it's exclusive.
Yeah, just
Anyway.
leave a letter in the letterbox if you want to contact us, and when we're around, we'll find it.
Do you ever sell any magical components to Magistrate Zara?
Who are we talking? Who's saying this to me here?
Peyton.
I've walked away from Peyton. Is he shouting at this over the bushes?
Yeah, but you're trying to push yourself through the bushes as these other people are talking. He shouts it over the bushes in your direction.
I don't.
I stop. I have in the past.
Do you
I say
know
anything?
her personally? After a pause.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Interesting.
What do you mean
I
interesting?
really wish
Hold on.
you'd kill that orc captain.
Well, what's in it for us?
Our trust?
What, for 3 munchkins in a forest? In the middle of nowhere.
You're the ones who wanted to work with us. You show us that you're not a Varasi brown-nosing suck-up.
Hey,
All sorts of interesting things open up.
Interesting things.
yeah, like your mom's legs in the tavern. Oh yeah.
Wow, that sound like
Renatus.
a grunt from his
You're
bare
gonna ruin
nose. That
He's
sounds
an
like
asshole.
These are just literally three random guys. I say to the party as we're walking away, like, if we're going to kill a Varasi sheriff, we'll do it for our own reasons, not to earn the trust of 3 morons.
But you're leaving, but the rest of your friends haven't left. So
Yeah,
like,
well,
I'm-
fine.
I-
I'm
so you're
with it.
shouting this back so that the
Oh, I
enemy
thought
can hear it as well?
I thought August said he was coming with me. If he's not, I'd leave on my own.
Okay, you leave on your own.
What if I can show you in a different way? Right now, that we're just not with the Verossi Empire.
You have incontrovertible proof that you're not with the Empire, that you're standing against them, that you'd be willing to kill them. You can show me right now.
I whisper over to Renatus and say,
Wait, Renatus, you've been on the backside so far, right?
are you still on the backside? Sorry.
Moved around them. I need to know if Renatus has come close enough for you to whisper. That
Yeah,
changes just like the geography of positioning.
Yeah, at this point, I've walked around and joined
Okay.
August.
Cool. Perfect. Okay. Go ahead, August. Whisper.
Whisper away.
I could show him the wanted poster of Arrakis, but I kind of shrug.
And then I'll whisper back and say, like, and then they know that a person that they don't trust, have no ties to, that they can just immediately try to grab right now or arrange to capture.
That's why I didn't do it, yeah. I shrug. Yeah, I hear what you guys are saying over there. The whole thing is if it's just you three, that's not something to be honest, I really care about being a part of. If you guys have like an organization, like the Fireflies, for example, or if you're a part of like an organization that's the MIFT or whatever, you know, like if you're a bigger thing than just you three guys out here killing messengers, that's something I might be interested in. And I am interested in killing the guy in Jaden just because it'll fuck up the Rossi supply lines. I kind of shrug at that point. So we'll see if our paths cross again.
I hope they do.
I nod.
In a good way.
Cool. We'll see you guys. I'm gonna go counsel my wizard. This went well.
They let you go? You let them go?
I wave and I say, it's been weird.
It has been something. I leave.
Okay. You head back to the road. Any conversation on the way back to the road?
Nah, Graw's just a bear for him. He's just
I talked to August.
funny.
And I go over like the couple of things he went wrong. It's like, you gotta be careful when you're talking to these people. You gotta think of what you gotta do when you're in this situation. You have to think about like how they're feeling. I know you were in prison for a while, so you weren't like socializing with people for a while, but you gotta think about like, they're gonna be paranoid as hell. So you just come in and like, hey guys, you want some work? You got any jobs? And then there's two bodies on the ground. They're gonna be like, what the fuck is happening? So, you know.
I know.
I get where your head was. I get where your heart was.
I see how I could do that better next time, Ren.
No worries, man. You got it. And I give him a little tap on the shoulder and say, hey, it was a learning moment. You did great.
It was a learning moment, guys. My bad. Hey, my bad.
You're good.
We get back on the road.
Get back on the road.
Back on the road.
All right.
We gotta go work for
next
Zara.
Day. The next day, you find, again, odd things that you come across the road. There is a traveling beekeeper, which means it's a man who's got a box strapped to his back with bees swarming out of it, who is sitting on the side of the road, resting his elbow on his box of bees with a little cup of honey that he's spooning into his mouth.
Brow.
Well, that's sick. Hell yeah.
Bears love honey.
How much for honey?
It'll just be part of your traveling expenses if you want.
Perfect. I buy extra honey and I give it to Grau.
Grau, can you resist just raiding the entire... It's a whole hive.
Of course I can.
It's just some random dude.
No, of course I can, Neil. I've been in civilization all fucking for like a year now. We've been chilling. We're Costco guys. Of course we resist the urge to raid the beekeeper on the road.
Okay. That's day 3. Day 4. Day 4, you've passed Jaden. You're heading towards Valebrook. And there is a brand new roadside tavern. Tavern's a very generous word. It's more like a stall, right? Just like a bar with a roof that goes over in both directions with a halfling standing behind the bar, clearly on a stool, so they can
their feet are lucky.
Behind the bar with a mug of ale, offering to the passerbys, calling out, hello dear friends, are you on your way to Valesbrook? We've got ale. It's a long road. It's more fun to walk drunk than it is to walk sober. What are you gonna do? Walk all day long by yourself with your own thoughts? What a boring way to walk. Or you could get drunk right now and continue your walk and have it be far more pleasant. Who wants to walk completely? Who wants to raw dog the universe like that?
Are you not afraid of someone just coming over here and cutting your feet off?
Why?
I
That's
asked him.
absolutely barbaric. Who would do such a thing?
I shrug.
Slowly
It's
draws a knife.
superstitious. But also, no, I'm not worried because not only am I the finest ale seller in the area, I'm also protected by a charm cast upon me by the mistress of the swamp.
Who's the mistress of the swamp?
Wouldn't you like to know? But she protects me, and anyone who might hurt me would befall her dark and terrible curse. You know how this area used to be covered in snow years ago? Well, I'm the one who helped uncover the snow, who kept the snow from falling to the ground, and the mistress of the swamp has blessed me. So come, have some ale. Keep the cold out of your heart.
I shall take an ale, my friend. I hand him
lovely,
a
thank
silver
you.
coin. What did you say
I'll
that?
give you
About-
6 copper coins back.
About the cold?
Well, it used to be snowy here. Used to be snowy for generation upon generation. And all of a sudden, the magical snow, the magical cold ended some years ago.
How did
By
you do it?
mystery. Oh, that costs far more than a few coppers. A
What does it
secret
cost,
story.
I ask?
You want to hear that story? It's 10 gold.
I looked at my wizard.
Wide-eyed. 10 gold. You jest,
You want to know the
my
secret of the
friends.
cold? Then you have to pay the 10 gold.
That would still rhyme with a lesser value of gold.
How about we give you a few light stones and you can sell them at your stall?
Mistress of the Swamp has plenty of light stones if I wanted them, but that's not what I do. I don't partake in magical trinkets. I sell ale because it's how you make friends in this world. Right?
I looked at the party. Do you guys care?
I'm afraid I don't have 10 gold to pay you now.
He doesn't even look magical. How would he? What is he talking about? This is nonsense.
Yeah.
This is nonsense.
Good things come in small packages, sir. At least that's what your wife says.
The gnome
Ren
standing on
draws
That's a
dagger
touchy
and
subject.
says-
Yeah.
He's standing on a
Never.
crate, right?
Never let the name or mention of my wife come across your lips again, gnome.
My apologies. I was just having some fun. I don't mean to any offense.
He's a halfling, Ren.
He's a gnome.
Barely a man.
He's
Barely
a
a
halfling.
halfling.
He's a halfling.
He's a
He's a
halfling.
halfling.
half a person. I
do
spit at him.
apologize. Well, hey, there's no need for that.
No, I offended the man. No offense taken in return.
Oh, as long as he
yeah.
was spitting because of what you said and not because of your race. That's fine.
That's true, yeah.
Yes,
That's what I
no.
assumed.
I'm not being racist. I'm insulting him personally.
Right.
I'm
much
I
more
never
using
would
the
have
fact that
taken
he's a
it
halfling.
racially.
Well, you never know these days. There's a lot of, you know what they say, the people.
I'm doing mild in-universe racism. Okay? That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I shrug. We don't have 10 gold to give you. I'm sorry. Thanks for the ale.
Have a good day. Enjoy your trip.
I want to do a detect noise to see if he mutters anything about my wife as we leave.
No, give me your detect noise.
10, which is a success.
He just starts whistling to himself when you can hear the slurping of ale that he must be drinking from his own supply.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
He might have had the
few
secrets to
days.
the universe, and that is what it is.
If
All right.
that guy
We'll never
has the
know.
secrets to the universe, they're not worth knowing.
That's true.
The next day on the way to Veiled the most interesting thing you come across is a carriage going from Jaden to Veilbrook. It is a fancy, noble carriage. It's got like gilded sides and pretty little decorations and a man with a tall hat and like big puffy sleeves out front, making the carriage go as quickly as possible. It's pulled by
Where are we now?
a team. You're on the road between Jaden and Veilbrook. You're like
Oh.
somewhere over here.
When did we
Yeah.
pass through Jaden? Was it after we saw the
days
guys
ago.
in the forest?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guys in the forest were somewhere around here.
Okay.
And then Jaden,
Oh, so we would have had the
Beekeeper was
opportunity-
like just around
Yeah,
Jaden.
we would have done, but
Oh, well, I didn't even know that I didn't even know we were passing through Jaden at that point. Because I might have said to,
well, let's
I don't
go
know,
kill the guy.
would you guys have been interested in killing the orc dude at all right now, or no?
I don't feel like we should kill someone like that just because 3 random guys have asked us to do it.
Yeah.
No offer in return. Yeah.
Agreed.
Huge.
The only thing I'm talking about actually is the fact that he is the captain of the guard, and that could be we can save it for the future. Something good to do in the future.
Since when did we decide that we were aligned against the Empire? I mean, we're working for them right now. We've got most of our jobs from them.
I nod to that. Well, I mean, it's a big picture thing, Arrakis. You know, if you're gonna be my wizard going forward.
I was just role playing, August. You know.
Huh? What do you mean?
I was just role playing.
Oh,
I don't
understand.
You know I don't serve you, right?
Well, you're gonna have 5% of our kingdom, and you're gonna be my wizard. That's what you said. That's what we agreed to.
Fine. When you're a king, we can talk. But until then.
Well, you have to help me get there. That's what the 5%'s for.
Fine,
Arrakis,
but I'm not.
Arrakis, you will be in service to the crown as a wizard. That puts you almost on an equal level to the crown.
In the future, yes, but right now, I do
Yeah,
not
well, that's
work
right
for-
now.
Well,
You're working with us.
No, that's not how the hierarchy works here, son.
Oh, I'm just so confused now.
Clearly.
Well, in order to get my kingdom, for you to work for me in the future and have 5% of all the riches and all the magic and whatever the fuck else you want, you know, you'll be the most powerful person, besides me, in the kingdom, we're gonna have to obviously take it back from the Rossi Empire, no?
Yes.
So big picture goal is any way we can destabilize these little regions that we're in right now, doesn't have to be now, but in the future, can help our future goal.
No, I understand all that. I'm just
All right.
getting the hierarchy down here. Right now, we're on a level. Yes.
Right now we are equal, but very soon in the future, I kind of give him a look.
Obviously, in a certain interpretation of the word, we're equal. In other ways, we're
As men, we are equal, but legally, the crown will be higher than the office of wizardry. But as men, we are equal. We will be equal people, but we will hold unequal office. That doesn't mean you serve
I will let
him.
you counsel me
Sure.
equally in running the kingdom. I'll even give you that, you know? You will watch over all of the wizarding and all the magic, and I'll handle the day-to-day, the people.
So just
I'm good with them.
just to clarify the terms of the deal here, you're saying that once we overthrow the Empire of Varassi, you'll
correct.
put me in, make me an important wizard in your kingdom?
Yeah, you can be a wizard, and you can do whatever you want in my kingdom.
That's fantastic, because right now I can't do anything.
Well, yeah. So, see, this is great for you and for me.
Sure. Well, if we survive the upcoming battle against the greatest empire the world's ever seen, I'm sure I'll be well rewarded.
Yeah, of course. We continue on. I'm glad we
the
got
noble
that sorted.
carriage passes you by. You're arguing as it rolls past you.
Is there guards on this carriage?
Yeah, hold on.
I said there's a carriage, and you guys immediately talked, and it just
Yeah, but
rode
I had
right
to,
on.
I
We
had
saw
to
it
go
coming.
back. I
Hang
had
on,
to
we
go
saw it
back
coming.
because I didn't understand that we'd already gone through Jaden. So now I'm
Right.
curious about the carriage.
Tell me, I want to do something, Neil. What this carriage is?
I
How
wanna
many
do some of
guards?
When it's coming towards you, all you can see is the front of it, and there's a driver with big puffy sleeves and a fancy hat, looking very prim and proper. You can't see the occupants when it's coming towards you. You can't see if there's any guards on the back of it if it's coming towards you, if there's any guards inside of it, but it's not flanked by riders. So it looks unarmored.
Huge.
Unarmed.
Yeah, I say to the party, do you guys want to see something cool?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes.
People need to know the road to Jaden from the road to Veilbrook from Jaden is a dangerous place.
I might cast paralyzation on the carriage as it comes into range.
The carriage is not a creature that can be paralyzed.
No, but the area of
The-
the
the
area
area
of
and
the
the
carriage.
yeah.
Yes.
This is a third level spell
Shadow
that we've
wizard
talked
spell.
about. Yeah,
Yes.
would you put it in chat for me?
We had talked about that he doesn't have to see them in order to cast it.
Nope, he does have to see them.
Wait, hang on. So if I cast this on an area, it won't affect anyone that I can't see? Or as long as I can see the center point of the area, it should work, I think.
What happened was, sorry, I remember what happened. This was a big conversation. He eventually landed on that you can pick your targets, but you have to see them with this spell. So for
Yes.
sleep in the future, you can pick your targets. If you don't have to
Yes.
sleep me, you get to pick who you're sleeping, and for paralyzation, you get to pick, but you do have to see them for this spell.
But can I
Yes.
effectively see the people in the carriage or not?
No. You can, if you cast paralyzation, you can pick the rider and the 4 horses.
That's
the
enough.
This is what we talked about.
So
You,
if
you
you
need to be able to pick your targets with your spells. You don't cast blindly around corners. Although you could center a fireball, which will then explode around corners.
So why not the same
But-
with this?
Because
Fireball's AoE.
Because
this-
if it works this way, then you're going to be paralyzing all the bugs and insects and ground, all the things. So you'll never actually hit any targets because within the AoE, you start with the lowest hit dice and you go up, right? So
Well, this one doesn't do hit dice, does it?
Yeah, it does. So if you're invisible,
doesn't
you can't get hit by a
you
spell,
can't be
like an
targeted
AoE
by
spell.
a sleep spell if you're invisible because you need to be visible to be targeted.
It's fair.
Okay. I guess I don't do this then because it won't work as I think.
You wanted to
wanna-
paralyze the people in the carriage.
Yeah, well, I
which
figured
the
that
people
that's
would
what-
then not see when they rode past.
A 20-foot cube should hit the horses and the people in the carriage. I'm thinking we could just halt the entire operation immediately and go
You can
and
still do that.
loot
You
them
can
of their
hit the
shit.
horses.
Well, no, because then the
absolutely.
people in the carriage will fight.
Yeah.
Who
Maybe.
cares if they fight?
Well, like,
It's 2 of them, 2 or 3.
yeah.
The carriage is moving towards you.
I
Please.
counsel you do
You shoulda
it.
get
do
off the
your
pot.
spell.
No, I'm not going to do it if I can't hit the people inside. I don't think it's a good idea.
So are we not robbing this carriage, Arrakis?
Arrakis, let me help.
It could be anyone in there,
I
right?
dab
It's
aggressively
stupid.
in the middle of the road in front of the horses until the carriage driver
The
stops.
rider
good.
says, "Make way!"
And then I make my way around. I jump up on the side of the cabin and I open the door.
Okay, hold
and
on.
I
hold
go,
on.
"No!"
Wait. The carriage is going towards you. This is not a gentle trot. This is like, the horses are pulling the carriage at 20 miles an hour or something.
Okay, fair.
So if you want to try and jump on the moving carriage, totally do it. 100% on board with you. But if you succeed, you will quickly leave your party behind, and we'll need some dice rolls and everything.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I thought it was like trundling along. I didn't realize this
No,
was like
I mean, it's going
messenger
faster
carriage
than
that's
you,
like,
so it's going to catch up with you. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to take the risk, and I'll just paralyze the horses and see who comes out. But
Dude,
it
I'm
feels-
down
if
for the
those
risk, but who-
horses fall,
That feels like if
that
we don't-
carriage is going to go.
Yeah.
Okay, the people inside that carriage are dead if you paralyze those.
This is
horses.
going to look like a train accident or a carriage accident, which is the best thing that you can do.
I'm going to say that the party has discussed this long enough that the carriage has passed you.
Oh my god.
It was happening. It was coming towards you.
got 10 yards per
Everyone
level. Can you
talked
still
about
cast it?
spells. Everyone talked about what they wanted to do, and the
Give him,
carriage
give him
just...
an initiative. Give him an initiative check. If he rolls a 1, he gets to do it.
I don't know. I don't
So
think
who
Nick
wants to do what? No one wants to do anything.
Nick doesn't want to do it. Let's go.
Oh, okay,
Continue
doesn't
on.
wanna do it?
This is
Never
gone.
mind. We go.
Pussy.
No, I mean, I
Carriage
would.
goes by.
Well, no, I would
Yep,
do it
that's
now, but
fine.
Neil's saying I can't.
Wait, let him roll.
You
Let
have a
him roll an
ranged
initiative
spell. You
check.
can cast it in front of you.
Cast
Yeah,
yourself.
I'll cast it in front of me then. Yeah, I mean it's 150 feet.
Yeah, you're going to target, well, the back of the carriage. You're up on the side of the road. You can see the horses, at least enough horses that if they got paralyzed, it would cause the whole carriage to come to a horrible accident. Go
Sure.
ahead. Cast your
done.
spell.
It's done.
Creatures whose combined hit dice are equal to or less than twice the illusionist expert level can be affected. So what's your level? 5?
Yep. So 10 hit die easily.
10
2
hit die.
horses.
Horses are 3 each, so you could easily hit 3 of the 4 horses. I think you can probably see the 2 horses, so they get a save. They get a
Wait,
save.
is there 2 or 4 horses?
There are 4 horses.
4.
It's moving fast.
And I can only see 2 of them.
It goes past you. You're on the side of the road. You're looking down at the road. The carriage blocks probably 2, the 2 on the right, and you can see the 2 on the left. There's like a little parallax issue here. You're not, you're behind the carriage when it goes past you.
We're lucky you're getting this spell off.
I mean,
So we're
okay.
gonna get 1 save. That's a pass. We get 2 saves. 1 horse is paralyzed. Not the front horse, but the back horse on the left side is paralyzed.
spin it
and
out.
the other
Let's
3
go.
horses are still going.
That's
And
gotta
a
fuck up the carriage.
Oh, it's gonna fuck things up. Will it just go
Hell
to
yeah.
will it slow down? Will like the driver stop it because 1 horse is all of a sudden fucked, or will it just destroy the entire momentum? Let's find out. I'm going to give the carriage driver an animal handling check to see how quickly he can stop this, because he's getting, imagine like a 4-engine jet. One of the engines goes out. It's going to fuck up the jet, but in theory, if you do it properly, you should be able to work. I mean, it's not quite the same. Jets can fly with one engine.
Horses can fly with one leg.
You'd have to stop one of the other horses, wouldn't you?
You would have to stop all of the horses. You'd have to bring the whole cart to a sudden stop. And that's going to be an animal handling check with a penalty. So his animal handling skill is 12. I'm going to say a paralyzed horse mid-stride is a difficult thing to overcome. A -4 on the check. It's a 23. The carriage, the horse gets paralyzed. The driver immediately pulls back on the reins and shouts that the carriage kind of spins. The horses kind of turn. It's a big mess of everything. And the carriage skids to a stop, maybe 200 feet down the road from you.
I'm going to go offer them
Now
help. You guys should
we need
come
to
as
roll
well.
initiative.
Help.
Wait, was there any rounds in between me casting the spell and that happening?
Same round.
Okay.
Initiative. If anyone wants to act, it's time.
Okay, I give you a movement initiative check. Acting as a concerned citizen, I select my token. Yep. Oh,
Grout
no.
is gonna do nothing. He's still waiting to see something cool.
How was that not cool?
He didn't see, he didn't understand.
Nope.
Boom.
Okay, the driver goes first, and immediately, probably the carriage is spun, so you can see what the driver's doing. The driver hops off, in his fancy shirt and coat with the puffy sleeves and the tall hat with the feathers that come off of it. The driver hops off to the side, runs up to the door, and starts pounding on the door 200 feet away from you.
Okay.
August, you're next up. You
I'm on my
rolled
horse.
For horseback
Movement.
riding. Okay.
Yep.
You up towards
I gallop
the carriage.
over there in my polished Verossi armor,
What do you
and
say?
I will call out, "Is everything okay, driver? I saw you,
All right, so you're galloping up, offering help. Ren, you said you're running up to offer help.
Yeah,
Arrakis, you are
Up running.
Casting a spell?
spell. Got it. Okay, so August is going to get there first. He wins initiative and he's on horseback. You gallop up. You offer help. You can see the driver puts his back to the door like he's blocking the door, you from the door, and says, "Get back, brigand! Get back now!"
I am a knight of Verossi. I am not a brigand. I'm here to offer you help, sir. Obviously,
Stand
you're
back!
more
Put
than
that
lady.
weapon down or you'll die! I swear by the goddess herself.
I will get off of my horse. I'm not
Ren?
afraid of this.
You're running up.
Yeah, I'm just
Fancy
jogging up.
carriage driver. Yeah.
I don't know how close I get. How close do I get?
You can cover the 200 feet in this round. Enjoy
I
the
say,
conversation.
what happened? Why did your car? What's going on? Are you okay?
Back, knave! Back!
Does he have a
He
weapon?
appears to have gone insane.
No weapon whatsoever.
None.
But he's throwing his body against the carriage door as like a shield.
There's two sides to a carriage, right? Or is there only one entrance?
There's a door on the other side
yeah,
too.
I will
100%.
get on my. I will just walk around to the other side and. You can
Did
tell me
he
about it.
see?
Continue.
Did he see Arrakis casting a spell or something? Why did he
Absolutely.
His
ask him like
back
that?
was to Arrakis. There's no
No way.
way.
This guy's just
No
being
way.
crazy.
Is he
I
being
approach
crazy?
him.
Really?
I approach him and I'm
He's
like,
being
calm
insane.
down. Calm
We're
down.
not
it's okay."
brigands. I will.
Do I get my turn, Neil?
Yeah, your spell goes off without a hitch.
I cast Spirit Armor, using some of my life essence to surround myself in shadowy armor. And I'll roll initiative for next round as well, Neil. I'm doing something else.
Yes, it is time to roll initiative.
What's the prevailing lighting conditions? Still daytime?
Yes, it's still daytime.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm gonna open the door to the carriage. That's what movement.
10. Hold on, let me just make some notes right here.
Take your time.
I think I'm winning initiative though.
No, I'm gonna win it. I'm gonna get a natural 1, and then we'll go at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Look.
All right, so
Casting
August, you're walking to the other side of the door. What I want to know your intention is what modifies your initiative. So are you
It
opening
depends.
the door
if
and
there
attacking
is someone
people?
inside the door with a fucking sword and they're... No, I'm not attacking anyone. I'm just opening the door. No matter what.
All right. So you've got your weapon
8.
out, but you're just rolling at +3 because you're just going up to open the door. Cool.
Yep.
And Renatus, what are you doing this round?
I'm
This driver is desperately defending the door with his body.
I am going to try to incapacitate him.
Excellent. Go ahead and make me initiative with your dagger or something at a +2.
I'm not going to use
Arrakis?
a dagger. I'm just going to use my
You're just
hands.
gonna grapple. Yeah. Go ahead.
Gonna
+3
grapple
then.
him. Initiative.
Arrakis, what are you doing? Scared?
For scare.
I'm going to cast
Excellent.
Scare on the... Oh, it's not. You're just declaring actions. Okay. Yeah, I'm casting Scare.
Excellent.
On
And
a
they're
spell,
still
you have
within
to
yards.
Say
Still
who you're
within range.
casting on or no?
Not this
you-
one. This one's an AoE. So.
This one is an AoE. Oh, perfect.
Excellent. Okay. And our initiative order is.
I think Grau's still
Don't worry
not doing
about
shit. By the
that.
way, he's literally
You're waiting for cool shit.
Right.
he's not doing anything until someone like actually attacks someone.
Where's the cool shit?
Yeah.
All right. Arrakis, you're the first one up. Your scare spell goes
I
off.
take out the finger of a skeleton that Autumn gave me, that I crushed to dust in my hand, and then use it to invoke shadow magic at the center of the carriage. It's a 15-foot radius, so I try and avoid hitting my friends, but that might be unavoidable.
You get to pick.
Creatures with fewer than 6 hit dice or levels to fall into fits of trembling and shaking. Frightened creatures have a penalty. If cornered, they fight. Yeah, so you're picking the driver or the horses?
Well,
or...
this one's an AoE, so I don't think this one I have to pick.
Oh, this is all creatures. It's not
Yes.
number of targets.
Yeah, so I
I
think this
see.
should work without being able to see them. Is that how the distinction works?
I think so. There's not a hit die limit. This is an AoE blast. That makes sense, or a burst, or whatever. A out from center effect.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
will walk slowly towards them as I cast this.
But if you're targeting the carriage, you will target. 15-foot radius though. You might end up hitting. You can't see August on the other side. You might hit August.
That's how it's got to be. It's how it's got to be.
Okay.
I try not to, but yeah, I cast the scare at the carriage and hit all of the bad guys. At least, so they get a save. I think they get a bonus to their save because it's light.
Good. I'm gonna need that bonus if I get hit.
I don't know what if you've got the table at hand, Neil. I think it's maybe +1 or +2.
Yeah, I see it's got special on the save, but I don't see what
Oh,
the
they
special.
they only get a save if they're elves, half elves, or priests, or if they're
Okay.
above 6 hit die.
Those are the only things that get
Yes.
that get a save. Okay. Right.
Here's the spell.
So creatures with fewer than 6 hit dice fall into fits of trembling and shaking. Frightened creatures have a penalty of 2 reaction adjustment. If cornered, they fight. So that will hit August. August, before you can get to the door, terrible fear overcomes you. You begin to tremble. You begin to shake. Are you encumbered at all?
No,
You're not even lightly encumbered?
no, I'm base.
Wow. You're strong.
Oh yeah.
You're very strong.
You
You have-
flirting with him or?
I was thinking
So strong, August.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see your Omega polished banded mail. Yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah, you're nowhere near encumbered. You're good,
No.
dude. You're good. All right, so you don't drop anything, but you're there trembling and shaking. The
For how long?
doorman. 1d4 rounds plus 5 rounds. 1d4 plus 5.
I hate getting fucking spells cast on me by my party members.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone, the doorman freezes against the door, his eyes wide. You can see his whole hand is shaking as he begins to slump down the side of the door, his butt resting on what is the footstep, the runner of the door of the carriage, as he looks slowly up at Renatus as he lowers himself to the ground. August, the sphere is magical. There's nothing you can do about it. Even if you know it comes from Arrakis, it penetrates so deeply in your mind that I think you pause before opening the door, not even able to put your hands on it. Also, the horses are terrified.
Mm.
There's two in the front, two in the back. One of them is paralyzed and terrified, so he's got like sleep paralysis levels of terror going on. The other horse in the back is affected by this, but the other two horses in front are more than 15 feet from the carriage, so they're not. So one horse tries as hard as possible to move forward, starts nipping at the butt of the other horse. The two horses in the front, the one's got his butt nipped, the other's just standing carefully. There's a terrified, paralyzed horse. The carriage begins to move in an awkward way and begins to spin. The whole thing is going awkward and sideways. Whatever's happening inside cannot be seen. August, it's your turn as you tremble and shake in fear, and the carriage begins to spin awkwardly, threatening to run into you.
I can't do anything, right?
Tremble.
This is a tremble. You can tremble.
Sure. All of
tremble
the
in
agency
fear.
has been taken from me, and I sit there and do nothing.
Roll for tremble check. How good is your trembling? Like,
I don't.
Is it
What is this?
passive?
A con check to see how?
There you go, 15. I'm all right.
all right,
Trembling.
that's
All right.
a fucking solid tremble.
Renatus, it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm like standing over this guy. He's trembling in fear.
He's trembling in fear. He's slipping down the side of the carriage, so he's resting his butt on the runner, and he's staring up at you, saying, "No, don't do it! No, don't do it!"
I'm like, do what? And I gently kind of like try to maneuver him off the door. Does he move?
He is plastered to the door, gripping it with fear. But I think you could probably make a strength check at advantage, because this guy, he's got basically no way to resist here. Yeah.
28.
Oh wow. Oh, he rolled incredibly well, but you still beat him, and you pull him off the door. He slides to the ground.
I peel him off the door, and so the carriage is like moving right now.
Yes. It's sort of sliding as one horse is running and two other horses are trying to remain stable. One of them is moving in, and then there's a horse that's just fallen to the ground and is paralyzed on the ground being dragged. It's an awkward momentum, and the carriage is kind of like spinning the wrong way. It's not going forward, it's going against the wheels.
In this situation, this is now dangerous, like very dangerous. Like people could die by getting crushed by a cart. I'm no longer interested in getting into the thing. I just want to get this guy to safety. I don't know if we want to kill him yet. And then I'm going to move and intend to try to get control of the horses using animal handling. Because I imagine there's two horses that aren't terrified right now, right?
Yep. But one of them's getting bit in the butt.
Those two horses should be able to figure it out, and I can use my dagger to free the horse that's terrified. That's what I'm going to try to do, prepare for next round.
Okay. So you pull this terrified, stricken man away from the wagon that's spinning awkwardly out of control.
Yeah, and then I move to get the horses under control.
Okay. Why don't you, let me see your proficiencies real quick here. Skills, horseback riding, animal training, animal handling. Why don't you take a horseback riding check to handle the horse situation on the cart and cut one free who's freaking the fuck out.
So you want a horseback riding check?
Yes.
Boom.
Natural 20.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yes.
You slip between the reins. You've ridden horses all your life. You can easily, and quickly, and deftly maneuver. Cut the one horse free from the rest of the thing. It bolts off into the woods or into the plains. And I think initiative spells?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
I think it's just Arrakis. Renatus, what do you want to do for initiative?
So initiative-wise, I'm going to move back to the cart to investigate and find out who's inside, what's inside. So I'll give you a move initiative there.
Grau
Right,
is
and you can
still
see-
staying out the way. He still doesn't understand what's going on while we're doing any of this. He's just watching. He's waiting for cool
and
shit
you
to
can see
happen.
August in his brightly polished mail, like the glaive in his hand shaking as he stepped back away from the cart so he wouldn't be hit, but is just rooted in place, eyes wide with horror.
Get a fun.
All right.
I cast cantrip to enhance my voice. I want to make it loud and booming, but also add like an echo of what I'm saying in kind of like a hissing, rasping voice. So like everything I say almost like echoes like half a second afterwards. And I will shout out whilst moving towards this
If you're
carriage.
gonna do this, I need you to do it like in real life, in character. And if you do, I'll give you my character's gold.
But I can't do two voices.
But you can do like the listen.
Yeah,
This is why we need special effects on our microphones.
Yeah, maybe we do, yeah. So, as I walk towards the carriage, I say, you are defeated. If you value your lives, exit the carriage, eyes down. Do not look upon us. Surrender your valuables and flee, whilst my mercy persists.
That's pretty good. You cast your cantrip, you start walking while saying that. Renatus, you hear this echoing, booming voice behind you. Sounds a little bit like Arrakis. You can get to the wagon.
My
cart,
old
carriage.
man ears. Okay, I'm gonna give you a perception check to see if I can tell it's Arrakis. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Who is that guy?
And I ignore it and I
the-
make my way to the carriage.
You get to the carriage, you open a door, and there's a small family of nobles. There's a husband, a wife, a little boy, and a little girl. And they're all absolutely terrified as you open the door and this booming voice behind you talking about, closing your eyes or looking down to the ground and fleeing the carriage.
So I'm crouched. Imagine I'm crouched, I'm stooped, and I just opened that door. And I got my, I had my dagger in my hand earlier. I'm just crouched, and I see these terrified people. And I just look at them and I go,
I didn't catch that. It clipped on your mic.
I make like the boo. I do like boo.
There's a rapier, and it's pointed. The man's on the far side of the carriage. He was on August's side of the carriage. Now the wife is on your side of the carriage, and he's got a rapier in his hands, and it's pointed towards the door that you've just opened. But it's shaking. It's like there's no he's not going to hit anything. He's sitting down in a carriage with a rapier while he's terrified. It's
I take out my
useless.
dagger and I imitate him, and I'm like, "Stay back, brigand! Oh, stay back!" And I say, "Put down the sword and give me your gold."
Are they not just going to comply?
I was rolling morale checks for them, and they passed enough to resist at this. But with the taunt and everything, god damn, they are killing their morale checks.
They're
They've
scared.
cornered.
They're fits and trembling of fear, right?
And if cornered, they will fight with the -1 penalties to
But they're
attack
not- yeah,
rolls,
but they're
damage
not-
rolls, and saving throws.
Well, they're not cornered though. There's another door, right?
I mean,
They're
in
absolutely
a tight,
cornered.
confined carriage. That sounds pretty cornered to me. In theory, they could maybe open a door and run.
They're literally being offered a chance to escape, so they're not cornered.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. The children will be the first to break and run. They will throw themselves out the backside, open the door, see the
There
tall
we go.
man in banded mail shining in their eyes with the glaive. Make their and God, they're surrounded by enemies.
I'm
The
literally
children-
trembling.
You are trembling, but to a child, you're a tall, brilliant man in shining, polished armor with a terrifying weapon. And so the children just scream as they open the door and drop to the ground. The man and woman in the cart, in the carriage, the man is still looking in Renatus' direction. He rolled a 2 and a 1 on his morale check, and low was good, so that's like
Jesus.
a 4 roll. So he sits there, the sword across his wife, pointed at you. She's got a sword across her. If she moves, she's probably going to get cut by it. And even it's a rapier, but the edges are still sharp enough you don't want to do anything. Her morale check is bad enough that I think she faints. Her corset's a little bit tight, and she just passes out and in the carriage.
Next round then.
Next round. Arrakis, are you casting more spells?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast sleep on the two of them.
Renatus?
I am going to. Is it possible for me to hold, like, to wait until the end of the round to do like a pretty basic action, like a grab or defend? Like, basically, I'm just gonna like wait and see what happens, and then
it's just essentially
last
skipping your
initiative.
turn. Yeah.
yeah, I'm waiting to see what happens.
Yeah. Cool. You just chill. Arrakis, you sleep.
Yeah, I cast sleep on the husband and the wife.
Roll your 2d4.
7.
They fall to the ground, unconscious.
Growers has sat down on the floor and is working on a taxidermy project that he's carrying around with him.
Yep. The camp followers, Rudy, Melvin, and Stacy, are all watching.
I say to Ren, check them for gold.
Yeah, I searched them for gold, and I turn to Arrakis like, why did you do this? And then I say, you want me to tie them up, or?
No. I don't know.
Okay.
August was goading me.
Yeah, well, they have some amount of cash on them, but more importantly, they've got like rings and necklaces and earrings and jewelry. That's where the real wealth that you're going to find here is.
I take any sort of jewelry unless it has a very obvious family crest on it. In which case, I will put that in a separate pouch to be melted down.
Okay.
You're not leaving it with them. You're just separating it.
Yeah, I'm just making sure you have the stuff you can fence and the stuff you melt down. You know.
Yeah,
Well,
great.
unless I leave her. Does the wife have like a wedding ring?
Yeah.
Is it just like
It's
a
got
gold,
like 5
a plain
rings
gold
on her
band?
hands. No, it's got a big old gemstone in the middle of it.
Fantastic.
I take it.
Yeah, there's a lot of money on these people in the form of gems and jewelry. You can go through to see if there's a bag of money anywhere around in here, and sure enough, the wife has a bag of D20 plus 30 gold coins. Go ahead and roll it, Ren.
Let's go.
Let's go, right?
Let's go,
D20
good time.
plus 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boom. 47 gold.
Fuck yeah.
Yep. She's got a bag of 47 gold on her.
Never mind. This
I
was awesome. We're rich,
swipe it.
baby.
Let's go. We're
We
rich.
can also, what's the word? Where you sell them?
Fence.
Okay, I
Fence?
steal 47
No,
gold.
the people.
Oh, sell them into slavery? Oh, ransom.
Ransom, that's the word.
I think we
that's
should just leave them on the road and like not involve ourselves more than this. I mean, they didn't get a look at me. They probably got a brief look at you two, but we can just leave them
Also
asleep
fair,
in their
yeah.
carriage. Their kids will come back. They'll probably be fine.
Ooh, the kids. And I like stand up and look at the carriage. How far are the kids?
You've actually lost sight of them with all the things that have gone on. You're not sure where they are. They might be in the grasses off the side of the road, or
Okay, hopefully
know?
they survive in the wilderness. Good luck, children.
I mean, they're only asleep for, 25 minutes. And the scare only lasts for, 10 minutes at max. So, they'll be fine.
Yeah, it's just a little scare.
The paralyzation will last an hour, so they won't be able to get going on their horses for an hour, but...
and they've
we should
lost
take
a
another
horse.
horse. Yeah, we should take another one. Horses
Yeah.
are
Yeah,
good money,
fuck
and
it.
these
Take
might
all
be
their
really good horses.
yeah. Take all their shit. Sure.
We loot it all. Do horses give
Why do you
thief
give a
XP?
fuck if these guys are evil fucking Verasi nobles? Why do you give a fuck?
they're just normal nobles.
No, these are evil people. Who
Good
cares?
day.
Evil people.
If I'm in for a fucking penny, I'm in for a pound. I might as well take all the shit if we're taking it. Might as well get another horse.
Yeah, we're robbing
This is
them.
good shit. Like, why not?
Well, you don't need to justify it by saying that they're bad
It's
people.
just
We're
a
just robbing them.
prank, bro.
We're just robbing them blind. I mean,
They are
Such-
bad people. That is true.
All right, we can discuss this in character when you're done robbing them blind.
Thank you.
Yes, the
right.
people in the carriage that we nearly killed and are stealing from, those are the bad people.
they're fine.
That's
they're not
correct.
even injured.
Thank you. Amen.
They're not injured. They're actually fine.
Great.
So we take
You-
their jewelry and shit as well.
You take their jewelry. You take the bag of money.
And we're
Good
on
day's
our way.
work.
Yeah.
I take a horse. Bring it along, Stacy.
take the
These
horse.
horses do not have saddles. They're just regular old horses. You can lead them, of course.
have
And
to buy a
Stacy
new saddle.
could just
That's
lead the
fine.
horse. There's 2 horses here that you could take.
if it's gonna be a whole thing like that where they don't have a saddle and then we gotta get one,
you'll just need to
we'll
buy new saddles and shit. You have money. You can go buy equipment for them in the next town.
I'll wait for the part. Do you guys want to take a horse then, or no? We have to buy a saddle.
Doesn't interest me.
We could. Well, I mean, like we could. We could sell the horse.
It's like discovering with like a product that you need like an added subscription and shit. It's like, oh, I gotta buy like a saddle and shit. God damn.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the horse
the razors.
then.
Oh man, the guards. Keep
I'll take the
breaking.
horse.
All right, you take a horse.
Yeah, I'll sell it in the future town.
You're gonna leave the other horse here.
That's right.
Why
take?
Why not take two?
Because
Stacey can
give them
only lead one.
give them a chance to get out.
Yeah, we'll take one horse.
Okay. You take one horse. One horse has run off. One horse is standing there, chilling. It's well trained, and the other horse is paralyzed on the ground. You've taken the bag of money. You've taken the earrings and the necklace and the rings off of the husband and the wife.
Oh, yeah.
And you pocket them all. And then you return to your traveling companions who just watched this obvious robbery of people they've never heard of or seen before.
Good.
Do you have any words to your mercenary people that you brought on?
I have no words.
I look up at the party coming back. So we're doing human time again now, or what was that?
Look,
You gotta
sometimes
get on the fucking. You gotta get on the same page, Growl. Or
No
I
one
don't know.
was. No one
So
was. into
I just
Growl.
say, look, I guess we needed the money. That
Who are
was
those
a good
people?
opportunity.
Who-
Nobody
who-
got hurt.
Who
right?
was that?
Nobody got hurt. We just took their stuff. It's only
we just
stuff.
took their
Just
stuff.
take their
We're just taking people's
They're-
stuff now. I thought that's.
I go around and I give a gold coin to everybody who watched. I'm like, look,
Thank you.
we're rich.
Good.
There you go, bonus money.
Good, good,
We
yeah.
just got you guys a
Four
bonus.
New camp
I throw the
guard
gold
mercenaries.
coin back at you.
picked up
I
a
want to
few.
roll an attack for this.
Wait, you what?
I throw
he's
the
throwing
gold
a
coin
gold
back at
coin.
you that you gave me.
He wants to see if he hits you.
What-
Do it.
Okay.
Roll it. There's a basic attack button. There you
miss.
go. It's a 12. It'll bounce off of his armor. It won't hurt him, but it will impact his body.
Wait, Grow, what?
We need to have a conversation about what kind of things we're gonna do out here. Rakus says want to see something cool, and I go sure, and now we're just robbing random people on the road. It's human time all over again. Last time we did something like this, you ended up in jail. I ended up almost killed.
Listen,
All right.
every
Let
now
me
and
know.
again, sometimes, like, it's the magic. Sometimes wizards, they get possessed by the knowledge. It makes their brains go crazy. Growl, this is why you don't want to actually learn, like, mystical magic. Stick to the holy, thing. And I
That's-
kind of whisper, the stuff you do.
That's not quite true. These people are privileged nobles. They've lived a life of luxury since the day they were born.
I roll my
Ren,
eyes.
like,
I roll
Ren
my
coughs
eyes.
gently is like, yeah, I hate nobles.
I roll my eyes at Ren's bullshit. I'm used to it, but like I give a Rakus this like look of like actual like betrayal. It's like you
Betrayal.
is like
All right.
you're the reasonable one
Nihilus,
here.
one of the camp guards that you've recently acquired, speaks up as Ren's handing out the money and goes, I'm sorry. Is this what we do? I was signed up to be mercenary bodyguards. I didn't sign up to be a brigand who's just robbing
ready to
people on the
speak.
road.
After you, Nihilus.
I let
Hold on, please, let me talk.
I let August speak.
Thank you. Listen, guys, we have no money. These are noble people who work for the Verasi Empire. We did not kill anyone. All we did was took some of their wealth that I guarantee they have so much more of. Look at the gaudy jewelry that Renatus has right now that we are going to sell to be able to continue to fund our lifestyle. No one died. What is the problem?
Well, the problem is that someone's going to get pissed and come looking for us.
And
You
we're
know
going to
that-
be long
you know
gone.
You think that you just this is just going to be completely consequence free?
Yes.
It has been so far.
It is going to be fine. We are going to be long gone. Nobody died. Nobody's going to be that mad. They're going to look for
They saw all
For
of
what?
you.
who saw us.
The driver. He saw all of us on the road. Man in
How is he
red
going to
robes.
find us? Do you know what year it is, sir? There's not-
1524.
That's right. How are they going to find us four random people in this entire continent? Do you know how big this place is?
I mean, I worked as a town guard before, and a good description. It might take some time, but I mean, if we hightailed it out of the, like, there's a reason that brigands are hunted down.
Because they stay in the same area. We're a traveling band of brigands. We're traveling around.
Are we brigands?
It'll be all right.
You didn't say we were brigands when you hired me.
I turned to the guy who spoke up. So let me explain to you what's going on here, okay? Because I've been with these guys for a while. These guys are humans. You're a human too, so maybe you know this, but I've noticed this looking from the outside as a gnome. Sometimes human will just do really dumb shit that they don't really think about, and then so animals do this too, right? I've seen bears in the wild do this, but the difference is if an animal does it, he just keeps on living. He doesn't later on have to think about why he did the thing. So what humans do is after they do something stupid, they come up with reasons because they have such a big brain and they can think of all the things and they have the language. Oh, they can talk. They can talk for so long. So they keep talking until they spit out words that make it seem like what they did was okay.
Uh-huh.
I pull Ren
if
aside.
we're doing this, we should probably kill all these people for our own safety.
You were an idiot.
I'm the idiot.
Well, we could make it
You're
look...
leaving the wagon driver alive. You're leaving the people alive. They're gonna come after you. What, you think these people aren't gonna spend a bunch of money to hunt you down?
Ren, I'll make it look like an accident. Ren takes out the dark blade and walks over to the cart.
God.
And he makes it look like an accident.
Now he's going to kill him. You happy with that? Their lives are on your hands now.
You did this. You got them killed.
I didn't do anything.
I'm saying this to the guy who was just speaking.
I said it to Grau.
The god. Yeah. Their lives are on your hands now.
Ren, you go and how do you make the husband and the wife look like they're deadsies? I ram the rapier through the wife's heart with the husband's hand in it, and then I smash his face into the cart wall like 10 times to make sure he's completely dead. So it looks like he was playing with the dagger.
Hold on. So
they're
they're asleep. You can run the wife through with the rapier, and she'll wake up like ah as the rapier is going through her body. The husband's still asleep. If you're going to start bashing his head in, he will wake up after the first head bash, and you're going to have a struggle on your hands.
Why
just
are we
so
killing
you know.
them?
I don't know.
Okay, so I ram the rapier through the wife's heart. I tie up the husband's hands, and I smash his head off the headboard until he dies.
Yeah.
So it looks like he just face planted. He was playing around with the rapier in the cart. It crashed.
Give me a strength check.
Launched
Give me a strength check here.
Pierced his wife in the heart. Boom. 21. We got it. It's easy.
Yep. All right. Yep. You bash him unconscious, and then continue to bash until the skull's broken.
And then I call August over. I get him to lift the cart, and I put the wagon driver under the cart, like the top half of his torso.
As you lift the cart, you find the kids who hid underneath the cart.
Yeah, what are you gonna do now, Ren? What are you gonna do now, family man?
You might as well fucking kill him. I mean,
no, it's a step too far now. We shouldn't have killed him.
Oh, really? Killing the parent? First off, we shouldn't have killed him.
No, we shouldn't have killed him. Yeah,
but going and killing the kids when he just killed his parents is a step too far.
A bit of jeopardy.
Let them come
for us.
I give the kid a coin, and I say,
no hard feelings, son.
Wait, no, I say a man has no name.
Nice.
Come and find me. No. What I actually do is I tell the kid, sorry, you can run now.
He'll die. They're dead now.
Yeah,
they're dead.
They
They're
run.
dead.
You may have well as killed him.
The kids run.
I gave him a chance.
Scare spell has worn off. They're gone. Well, they're fleeing down the road in the direction that you're headed, Veilbrook.
If that's the case, I chase him down and I get him.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
What do you get him? Tell me what you mean by you get them.
If he goes the wrong way, I get him and I grab him.
What does get them mean?
And I bring him back to the cart.
You can drag the two kids back to the cart, not a problem.
And I say, no, fuckers, run that way. And I shove them the other way down the road.
Back in the direction from towards Jaden?
The way they were going. Yep.
They were headed in your direction.
Oh, they were headed in our direction?
They were headed from Jaden to Veilbrook. Yep.
Can we go to break?
They went past us. No, we're
I
almost
think
finished.
No, let him role play out how he's gonna chase down and kill these children. Make him do it.
I killed the kids.
I just don't know why you went over there and killed him. We got to slow it down a little bit, guys.
Well,
We want to play a game with
hold on.
consequences, but sometimes we just want to play a game without consequences.
No, I was fine.
Hold on.
I-
If you want to stop me from killing them,
I don't care if
think
you kill
should
the
get an
kids.
initiative check.
I don't give
If
a
you
fuck.
want to stop me.
You've already killed the parents. If anything, I would egg you on to. You might as well kill the kids. If we're in
It's
for a
a
penny,
mess.
we're in for a
It's a
pound.
mess
You might
at
as
this
it's a
point.
fucking mercy at this point. If anything, now there's a real problem. There's 2 nobles dead. The kids are running back to Jaden, which is right there. And now there's gonna be a party looking for us to come and find us. And guess where we're gonna be at? On the road to the next fucking city. Of course they're gonna come and find us. So if you want to actually prevent this from being a problem, you need to go kill those kids.
I kill the kids. I fucking kill the
Thank
kids.
you.
I kill the children. I stuff their bodies in with their parents. And I rue this day. This is a step closer to Renatus fucking losing his humanity.
As Ren,
Beautifully done.
As Ren walks back to the party, Grow's looking at him, is giving him like the slow clap. And he's nodding.
Ren bows.
I ask him,
theatrically.
I say, well, what's next, Ren? What about this guy? He was squeamish about the banditry. What if he gets away and tells people about this?
Ren takes out the dark blade and is like, okay. You want more people dead? Is that what we want
No,
here? Is this
that's
what we
not what
want
I
from
want.
this party?
I didn't want
Whoa,
people
whoa,
dead
whoa.
in general.
Well then, why
Miles
don't
puts his hands up.
then why are you telling your wizard to cast a spell, egging him on to cause a
It
cart
went-
crash?
It went perfectly. No one was dead until you went over there and started killing people. All that was going to happen is a few nobles lost their jewels and lost their money, and sure, they might have sent out a party looking for us, but I guarantee you they're not going to send out a fucking war band because nobles died, but now you've done it. So now,
No. I made it look like
I'm
an
not
accident.
even sure what to do.
Go inspect. It looks like an accident. Oh look,
I go inspect it. Does it look like an accident, Neil?
There's no fucking way.
Does
Look,
that look
if
like
you
an
let him
accident
get away
happened?
with this.
I don't know what you mean by look like an accident.
Does it look like there was a cart crash here and people just died because they were crashed by a cart?
You know, if that's what you want to believe, then you could believe that.
give me a. All right. Do I get a
there's
performance
no way that
check?
you're going to be able to tell with 100% certainty
Yeah.
how other people are going to interpret this event, right? You can try
The
and set
nobles
it up
died.
to
They're
look
gonna
like
speak
things,
with
but
that. This is this is woo. I don't. Yeah, this was crazy.
Look,
And
we do a little human time sometimes. Okay.
we did a
It's
little
fine.
human time here.
I feel bad
We
now.
did. This was a step too far.
I'd like to remind you that 2 episodes ago, there was a whole scene where me and August tied up a bunch of guys because I really wanted to get into that fucking tomb for a really good reason. We had really good reasons to kill them. And Grau stood
right.
by and he talked to the guy and he deliberated and he let them fucking go. Okay?
Do you remember me
so you're telling me
defending you
this
in
is
this
Grau's
right
fault
here?
for not stepping in.
He is gone through like 3 whole arcs as to why this is shitty.
I just and I was on your side. I said nobody died. We just took the money. I'm not sure what we do. I look at the party. Well,
Did you know we've been
four
stealing
dead
since the
nobles.
first we've been stealing since the first episode, so I didn't feel like stealing from these guys was such a big deal.
I didn't either.
We've been killing.
But now they're dead, and that's
Two.
okay. They're dead. That's okay.
Yeah, but they're innocent. So I don't,
They're
Are they-
dead now.
they
We
are
can't do
nobles
anything about
in a
that.
system of oppression.
I'm on your
Okay.
side. Yes, yes, sir. They are dead. Let's think of what now. Okay, we just killed 4 nobles and 2 children and a cart driver.
I say to
How do we get out of this?
Grau.
No one's killed the cart driver.
Oh no! We placed the cart
Oh.
on him so it crushed him.
The cart.
Oh,
he's
that's
dead.
right. Yeah, so how did you kill him, though? Because he wasn't dead
Oh, we just
before you
slammed
put the cart
we
on
just-
him.
We just slammed the cart on him a couple times until he died.
No,
or
well,
choked
you're
him
gonna
out.
need to. He was playing dead on the ground, and then when you go
You
to
know what?
drag
I know
him
what
and
Koibu-
drag him
I know
to
what
the cart,
Koibu
give me an
wants.
I
opposed
wrapped
strength
my
check.
arm around his neck.
Give me an
and I
opposed
just-
strength check.
Okay, there you go. This is gonna be a nat 20
because he's
here.
resisting. Yeah, you go to grab him. He shakes off your grip with a 27 on his roll, the fear of death in him, and he begins to run. Now,
I chase him.
There's a lot of you.
Oh my god.
Okay,
You chase him down.
I chase him down with a horse. I make the horse just run him over. Okay, he's been ran over by a fucking horse.
Got it.
Is
Okay,
that-
no,
His
done.
skull
That's fine.
is crashed into the ground, Koibu, by the horse's
Perfect.
hoof. I know that's what you want to
Yes.
hear. So that's what happens. I go back to the party. we need to get off the road, and we need to have a come to God moment with all of us to talk about exactly what we want to do in these situations. Because I agree with what Iraq has said. We're not past stealing, but it seems like Grau, it seems like you're too good to steal. So let's all have a conversation and figure it out.
Okay, should we go to break?
No,
Let's go
we're
to
in
break.
Don't we end in
No?
10 minutes? No?
We've been live for
we're
that
in 10
long?
minutes.
Oh, then yeah, let's
Listen,
keep
yeah.
going. Let's keep going.
You guys
let's,
said, let's kill him, so I killed him. That's how that went down.
In the future, August, I don't think we should just be killing the nobles. I gotta think about it. You guys go first.
I feel like you guys need to do some searching in your big human brains as to what kind of things you want to do with other people. But I think in the meantime, maybe we should continue our game of switching who's in charge, and maybe we should put someone in charge who at least knows that they don't want to kill children.
I know I don't want to kill children. I just know I also don't want to get captured
Sometimes
by
I have
the
to.
Empire and then never see my wife again, okay? If there's even a sliver of a chance that these guys will recognize me and I'll get hunted down and put in jail for what we did here, which, by the way, I had no hand in doing, okay? The blood of these children is on your hands.
How much gold did we get from the tomb, by the way, that we
That's
found
crazy.
because of me? How many?
Not enough.
How much gold did
Not
did
enough.
all of you guys get with all the rugs that you sold and everything?
I will tell you right now, barely enough to afford us a month. This was more money than almost the fucking tomb.
Tomb was 600 something total. This is 47 plus some jewelry. And the tomb
was
doesn't include the
600?
gems. 5,000 silver plus 120 something in sellables that you sold. Yeah.
Oh, we only have 100 gold left.
Yeah. You've got
We have a lot
paid
of
about
people to
100
pay,
out
yeah.
for monthly expenses, and you took out a loan.
For all of these fucking judgy NPCs. I mean,
Okay, there was... Oh, sorry, Nick.
I was having a conversation with that when Ren went off to go and kill the children. I basically, we won't go back and roleplay the thing, but I basically tell that guard that I don't want him here and to mind his own
Fair.
business, trying to judge my actions.
Yeah,
Essentially.
Nyla says, I don't want to be here. If this is what we're doing, I didn't sign up for this. I did not sign up to be a brigand on the road. I didn't sign up to kill people for their money. I didn't sign up to be a part of people who are just going to cut down children on the road. And he looks to his other people, and they nod. Siren, Digi, and
Yeah,
Dave.
get him!
And they walk off. They turn around. And
Well,
they
hold
start
on.
heading
I don't
back
know
to
if you
Jaden.
guys are... I don't know if you guys are free to go.
They turn towards you, and they draw their weapons. All of them.
Yeah, okay. I mean, if that's what they're gonna do, then...
Roll initiative.
I mean, they tried to walk away, and you said
Just
you're
let
not free to
them
leave.
go.
Well, it could also be a conversation. We don't have to fight. I'm just trying to
Maybe.
talk to you.
Sure,
Well,
but
this
they
is
draw their
happening-
weapons.
This is happening whilst Ren is killing the children.
I think probably
would
everyone
have to
got
be after,
distracted
right?
by the killing of the children, and this happened a little bit after. I don't think anyone's looking away from that.
Listen, if people had a
Having a
problem
conversation.
with people dying, you got to speak up before I stage the death, okay? You got to be snappier off the mark.
Should have been snappier, yeah.
You got to snap faster.
Are you gonna kill us here too? Because we don't want to be a
fuck
part
up
of
and
this.
get out of here, or I will kill you.
Well,
Just
you ever
fuck
gonna-
off.
They
You
begin
ever
to
gonna
retreat
tell anyone
down
what
the
you
road.
saw? We can't let these guys go now either. They made this
Enough
argument.
killing.
Roll
Well, I'm
initiative.
not
I
killing
draw
any
my
more
shadow
people.
blade. It's
Oh
over.
my
Oh, for God's sake.
God.
Just let them go.
We can't.
Please let them go.
We can't let them go.
I put
We
a
can
hand
talk
on
about
you
it
to
after the
stop
show.
you.
We can talk about this after the show. But I would prefer to end the thing here, and we can talk about it after.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
All right.
Okay.
We're gonna have a big talk in the after show. So if you want to go check that out, go to patreon.com/SaverDie because there's gonna be
We're gonna be yelling
come
at
to
each
God
other. We're gonna be
moment with
fighting.
the party.
Patreon.com/Save or Die.
Die.
Subscribe right now to go watch the after show live because we're about to go ballistic on each other.
Okay, hold up. I'm gonna need to make a couple more rolls before we fully quit out here. Ren, what's your charisma?
8.
8?
Yeah.
Okay. And August, what's your charisma?
12. You want me to roll or you got it?
No, I got it. Okay, so the first roll, the 6 with Ren's charisma, was for Rudy, who was just getting to know, not Rudy, I'm sorry, Melvin, who was just getting to know Ren and beginning to be roguish, but after this Melvin is also leaving. If these guards are leaving, she's taking her time and she joins them. Stacy also is going to go. And that will leave just Melvin, who is not going to be left here with you guys. And all of the camp followers leave. So now we can go to the after show and you can make your decisions. But I just wanted to let that information be known up front. Good game.
Goodbye. Take it away, producer.